well, when I say it has, it's literally just like nascent. It doesn't have nascent until like 72.
Yeah.
And
and same with Inner Chaos, and Inner Chaos is like one of the more interesting ones as well because you can fit that into party buffs.
yeah, and it's what am I looking for? It's I was also saying that with Dark Knight on the other hand, they only lose the second charge of Plunge and like Living Shadow, and like that's it. Or also Stalwart Soul, but you don't really fucking use it. Well, you would on ad phase. You would definitely use Stalwart Soul on ad phase, but the fact that Warrior has basically like a spammable OGCD with like Edge of Shadow and stuff, like the Dark Knight's damage is actually, it's not Gunbreaker, but it's stronger than it was. You know, it's definitely stronger than it was.
I think Paladin is not okay. Paladin loses Confiteor, Atonement.
Well, and you go back to Caspar's.
Yeah. Because the one of
Oh, did you start?
I think one of Paladin's biggest strength right now is that you can have 100% uptime, right? If you like plan your opener correctly. And that just somewhat goes away.
Man, Bard is so weak. That's all I can say.
Oh yeah, but Bard is weak in all content unless it's like multi-target and Bard is strong.
Yeah, like Bard is super good on T, for example, for the first
Yeah.
2 phases at least. But like, I literally do less damage than the Gunbreaker in our group in EU. In Ifrit, I mean, like in one phase.
Oh yeah.
But that's still, that feels really bad.
I hate T now.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
dude.
content has been ruined for me.
Yeah, I was gonna
I mean-
say,
Man.
it's not the content, dude. It's
the
the
group.
amount of time you've spent in the content.
It's
What is
not
it? What
even-
is it?
it's-
Go on. Sorry.
It's Living Liquid proc, literally. I actually have not I didn't know this was possible to have such huge issues
Vincent.
with Living Liquid.
Right?
Is it people greeding or something?
No, there are a lot of like new people like that
He
never
said
rated
get to
Ultimate.
Silent Hill.
Not very good people. Like I'm not saying this to disregard them, but some people are just not very good players. But I knew that beforehand. Like it's not like
What do you
I went in there and I'm like, oh my god, you're actually really bad. I didn't realize. Like
Well,
I knew this
they went straight to
beforehand.
T. They went straight to T without having done it.
No. It's Savage. They cleared Savage, but not Ultimates.
Not even Uwu, because I think
Yeah,
Uwu is
but
a good
isn't-
stepping stone.
Yeah, that they
Yeah.
wanted to do T. So we do T.
Hardcore.
I said
That's quite the jump.
because people asked me what's like the best Ultimate, and I was like, I think Uwu is by far the best introduction for Ultimates.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Absolutely.
And then it's like, then it's like mechanically speaking, UCOP is harder, and if you still want to have to do some damage, you can do T. I think T is like mechanically speaking easier, but you have to do more damage in general. And UCOP, you don't really have to do damage, but you have to do the mechanics correctly.
Started raining.
Even though you can like cheese Grand Octet now, right, at the end with Limit Break for some reason.
Cool.
Like,
You mean the
But-
towers?
yeah, you can just like
Yeah,
people
that
don't need
can
to
be-
stack.
What's the deal?
Don't need to stack
Oh.
for the diamonds, like the stack thing.
It used to be a
Yeah, we did
Oh,
that,
okay.
by the way. Like,
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Fucking
and-
hardest mechanic in the whole game, and then people cheese it. God damn it!
isn't
And-
that hard though? It's not
It is
really.
the hardest mechanic in the whole
Listen,
game to me
Percy's
still.
case.
It gave me PTSD,
Never
dude.
did find him.
I mean,
like-
twisters give me PTSD in general, but
Tell you.
It's not the twisters, it's literally the tower placement that's like so random that like you can get really fucked in the ass by it.
You hear a lot of nasty rumors.
Because
Anyhow,
you have to be in the stack, right? And then like you might need to take a tower, but the towers can be like really far away. And if you did the merry-go-round strat, like the Mario Kart or whatever you call it, in Bahamut dives, you would have used your sprint, so you don't even have sprint during that phase.
by the way, Alan, like it literally invalidates the mechanic to the point that you don't even give a fuck about the not Nail, Twin Tiny dive at the end.
Feeling sick?
You can
Like
eat
this.
that as well.
Pounding like the worst
I
hand.
dislike all of it, but I'm a
anyhow,
boomer.
Your car sick.
like Living liquid, I don't know. The problem is not even that we like suck living liquid. The main problem is, and I don't even know how it happened. Like, there were 3 people that wanted to do an ultimate together, and I know those 3 people, or at least 2 of them. And they were asking me if I want to help out, and like one of them, I promised like a long time ago, hey, at some point we can maybe do an ultimate together, like at the end of like Shadowbringers, when there's nothing to do anyways. I wouldn't mind.
Up her.
Well, I didn't think they would choose T, but whatever. And so I joined that, and then people were recruited, not by me. And it happened like from one day to the other that I had to organize everything. I am helping with the strats and everything, and I'm pretty much the raid lead now. And I don't understand, because I literally just said, yeah, I will come there and do my rotation. Like, it is...
You know what's crazy is that like that's actually like, I'm not trying to say this to sound condescending, but I know exactly what that feels like.
Yeah,
Because
it's like...
when I sorry, go on.
Nah, just say.
I was saying, because when I joined like Lucy's group, I literally said I don't want to be part of any organization of it or anything, right? When it comes to like making the strats or whatever and that kind of stuff, right? I don't want to be no part of that, right? I don't want to do callouts or whatever, but eventually it ended up happening anyway, right? And second of all, in terms of like Living Liquid Pro, I would say that like we did Living Liquid quite quickly, but it was 15 hours of limit cut.
Oh boy.
God.
That is horrible. Yeah. The thing is, I kind of understand why people would want me to like explain stuff and maybe say, yeah, we can do this, or like talk about some strats or mechanics. I don't mind doing that because, you know, I have the experience, I can help.
Was killed.
But then there are literally points where I say, okay, we can do it like this
She was holding a baby.
or like that. And those are the pros of and cons of that, and those are the pros and cons of this. Choose what seems easier for you. And I end up choosing. I was like, this is not for me. I don't care what strat we do because I can run everywhere. I don't care. Like, but whatever. And yeah, Living Liquid. Like, to say something good, I think all the people are usually open to their mistakes and admit it. Like, there has never like detective work to be done, which I appreciate a lot. I even said that. I think the worst thing that can happen is like when you have to like research stuff because someone doesn't admit their mistake or doesn't realize or whatever.
So sudden.
But but like sometimes, like, let's say one of the healers
I never
got hit by the tank stuff with the tethers during splashes all the time now, and I said, yo, you cannot, you know, stand there, you have to run further back where the group is, otherwise you die. And the answer I got is, I can't, I'm casting. And like, and I was like, I was like, you can, you know, slide cast or stutter step or whatever you can call it. But then I was like, okay, just take a different position and it's fine. And then, you know, I wanted to see what this person was casting, right? Because I was like, okay, if they're casting Saka, maybe they're overwhelmed, maybe they're scared, whatever, I don't care. So I look at the casts, Broy 3, Broy 3, Broy 3, Broy 3. I say, okay, this was the reason. This was the reason why you died to this 5 times, I guess.
Got the hospital.
But I was fine. Then there's one person that is like really insecure in their own decisions during limit cut. Like, let's say someone goes wrong, and then someone will say, oh, someone is wrong, and this person will always think, oh, it's me, I'm wrong. And then, you know, even though they did it right, they run across the area, and they wipe everyone because they tried to adjust to something that had nothing to do with them. And yeah, that last time, I think yesterday, I just said, okay, we have been 2 weeks on Living Liquid now, or whatever.
Never seen nothing.
We get through there sometimes. Until next week, I expect everyone to know Living Liquid 100%.
What's the problem though?
Individual mistakes. People get hit by a tank AoE, people forget to press a cooldown, people kill the door by accident, people bait the wave wrong, people are too slow.
Looking around the hospital.
Like, sometimes there's a missing soil, sometimes there's a missing heal. Like, I even adjusted the door sex to make it easier on the healers, then that somewhat worked. But it's always something else. Sometimes people don't pay attention to the hand, then I was asked to call out if the hand difference is like too high. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Limit cut is like sometimes okay. But yeah, I pretty much said, yeah, Living Liquid, no more mistakes next week. Limit cut, they're okay to do mistakes. Also okay to do a mistake now and then during Living Liquid, but if there's like any information, like look up the stuff now. I don't want anyone to be like, oh, I didn't know about this, because there were 2 people and we told them you cannot stand in front of Living Liquid during proteins because he does a protein always in front of him. This has been said multiple times. The people were even provided Watson and were told, don't stand there. There's a wave, a protein wave. They were pinged, they read it, they replied to it. And not the right day before, but the right day before yesterday, they were told again, they were like, oh, I didn't know that. I was like, okay. You didn't know, but you were told like 3 times, and you actually replied, at least during those 3 times, at least twice. So, or whatever. But yeah, I gotta see. I don't expect, like, if this continue, like, this people will not clear before November, because I said November I stop.
Is that your cutoff point?
What?
Is November your cutoff point? Yeah.
Yeah. I will not raid right before Invoker. Fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. Especially not progging a fight that I've already done. Like, and well,
What are you even playing?
Machinist.
Oh, okay.
It's so boring actually to do this as ranged again. It was such a big. I should have just said I go tank or whatever.
Yeah.
It was such a big mistake. But whatever.
You should have went healer, dude.
Well, I said I can hear you, but
Yeah, I read that, dude.
I've never heard any meaningful content, so it's pretty meme.
I actually I actually completely agree with what you said there. That like during the brief time that I played Machinist in T, like when I played it as healer, I was just kind of like toxic is a strong word, but much more assertive than I should be. But when I played Machinist, even though everything was like fucking up around me, I'm like, it's alright. I'm playing something different. I'm alright, mate. You know, like if you just play, if you play T again, is it? Have you cleared as Machinist before?
I cleared with all 3 ranged.
Oh, yeah, then.
But only with the 3 ranged.
Yeah, I definitely should have went for a different role just to kind of keep it fresh, because I can understand how that's really frustrating. Yeah.
Yeah, I had like the choice between melee and tank. I would not play caster because I'm actually not intelligent enough to play a caster. I don't understand. I don't understand the triple foul pot. It's too difficult.
I've heard stories about it, but
I like how no.
execution is still impossible.
I like how no one wants to play caster.
But for UCOP, I don't think we need a caster though. I was actually
you
thinking
don't?
about that.
No, but if we want to do Evo right after, we might as well, sort it out now, right?
But that's actually I talked to Sean about that though. That like I'm pretty sure that for myself, that I'm not sure if I'll be down to do like 2 back-to-back ones.
Okay.
So I'll do like 1, and then it also depends on how quick the prog was, because like for me, like I said, it's just I have other things that I want to do in the game at the moment, right? And
Do you though?
yeah, I want to run Delubrum Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I've got the Cerberus mount, I need to get the plates, because I want to augment my gear.
Armor.
Yeah, to make it dyeable. So I basically only really need to like run it like once, maybe twice. You know,
I want to get the gear as well, actually.
because I've got like
I
the
wanna
full
clear
set.
it.
Now. I've got the full set, but I don't have. I can only dye like my gloves and like my chest, because because when I was doing Delubrum Savage, when it was 48 man, I was lucky enough to just get the upgrade item like straight up. But I have loads of like plates that I can just like turn in if I just like do it like once or twice, and the fact that that 48 people is not needed now is just kind of like made me kind of go like maybe I should, especially because I really like the look of like the judge armor, especially for tanks. And I'll do like 1 ultimate, and then I'll probably look for like a Delubrum Savage group for like the next, for like, because I don't think it'll do more than 2 weeks, Because even when it was 48 people, it was only like a 2-week probe.
Can't you just join like a normal like clear? Because like people are organizing this anyways, right? And they're looking for people then, and then they already have all of them have already cleared, right?
Yeah,
so you just go in, clear, and you're done. You don't really have to proc it, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'm not particularly sure how people do it these days. Like I said, it's just I mean, I don't think it'll take more than like a day or two, honestly. But I'm not. Come on, sorry.
The less people you have, the easier it gets, I think, right?
Oh really?
Yep.
Because you get like this echo that also reduces boss HP and shit.
It scales now with like the number of players. It wasn't the case on release, but they added that.
Someone said it would also like work with only 8 people, but I don't think it does.
Do you need like Zadnor like potions and essences for it though, for that to work?
You cannot use.
No.
Oh no! The deep essences are still the best. Like the one you get from DRN. There are like some OP actions. You cannot use those. You can only use level 15 actions, not level 16 actions. The buff you get from Zetnor though, like the damage.
You can use that, yeah.
Yeah, those stay. Like for example, I am like DPS 10. I always have plus 30% deep damage increase if I do this. It's funny. I was like doing DRN Norman. I was like using all the OP stuff, and I had like a 80k open or monk or something. And like the tanks couldn't get aggro from me. It was not like it was literally not possible. I wasn't even upset. They were like really trying.
Okay, it's just I mean, like I said, it's just
groups, by the way.
What's that?
Oh,
sorry? No, you
plenty of groups are like recruiting right now for re-clears. Actually, I've seen
of the
a few on ARC. Yeah.
I don't, because I think my biggest problem is that like I actually don't know, like I actually don't know where to look for that kind of shit. You know, like just I know it's like on Discords and stuff, but
I can send you 2 Discords for Boscha. Like one is like doing it late nights, and the other one is like doing it normally, I think. I never join any of those, but I have been on those because of Baltisans, even though I never did it.
I've seen a group last night actually. Let me have a look.
How long do runs take these days?
Less time than when we did it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They're literally speed running the bosses at this point. By the way, they're skipping so many mechanics.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, they did this. Like this was intended to happen. They even said when the Zetnor, like the next instance comes out, they want the Delirium or whatever it's called to be faster and easier. Like it's pretty much having a primal weapon where you're still doing Savage proc, but better, even better. But I think like the Yuko proc would probably go pretty fast, honestly, because everyone but 2 people have done it. And I can only talk for myself, but when I joined the Yuko proc, like for Lucy and the others, like I didn't have
Midway, right?
Huh?
Yeah, Midway or something.
Because Mira, like, not me, the other Mira, like she told me you really wanted to get like a totem, right? Because I didn't care about the totem personally, and he was like, oh, I would really like a UCOP totem. I was like, you know, just play for me. Like, I don't really enjoy raiding at the moment anyways, and it's like a lot of days, and if you want the totem, you can probably easily do it as well, because range doesn't really do stuff there, except for baiting like the fire puddets. And I think I left like, or we switched during ad phase. So yeah, but like I had never had really trouble like picking up on the mechanics again, because I don't know, the mechanics are they're like difficult and compared to other mechanics, but if you've done them at least like a few times, like for me the muscle memory kicked in again. I don't know, like I of course I also did mistakes, but like I never stood in a twister or shit, or did like a quick march wrong or whatever. That was like never a problem. And Nail is
Your right side quick march was in shambles.
There was some, That was like the only thing that I could not understand. I was like, how? Like, it is quick march. It's not hard. It's literally the introduction mechanic, right, of Bahamut.
It's because essentially the healer on my side, I actually don't remember who. It might have been
I
Ainori,
think
or is it Maya? I'm not sure. One or the other.
which side were you on?
Right side.
Oh, then Ainori was on your side.
Yeah, basically, he was he was a lot farther down than when he should, and he basically
Oh, okay.
bullies the rest of the people down, if that makes sense, right? Because I was the space that I was basically like on the cusp of that AOE every single time when they dive, and I'm like, people, there's so much space just below me, and it just yeah, like I mean, yeah, like I said, the first couple of maybe like the week that we were there, or first 2 weeks, was that just people just kind of getting bullied further down and further down, if that makes sense. Like, I still think people should be more assertive, you know.
Yeah, because I think I also asked, okay, what's because I didn't really see, I think, like personally, because for this mechanic I have my camera turned like in a really weird way, and I didn't want to turn it. But like it was always like I'd mentioned Summoner, like one of them dying.
Yeah.
Mostly Summoner, because Summoner was most bottom. And it was like really weird because I understand if you died through this a few times, but then like sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't, and then like, I personally have to say I didn't see the healer. If I had seen the healer, I would have said something.
S12. Yeah, like I said, it's just that took longer than I wanted to be really honest. Like, and I think not to throw shade at certain people, but it's honestly like the people who cleared were actually the ones not being assets. You know, it was like it was Ainori and like Nils was the ones that were really kind of people they've cleared, right, and they weren't making it easier for the people who haven't cleared, if that makes sense.
I had this one go at Niels, I remember. Like, that was not okay. Like, because I remember because I was also asking a rhetorical question. Like, I was asking a rhetorical question, do you want everyone to adjust to you? And he answered that with yes, and I was like, I didn't even bother at this point. I was like, okay, you answered yes to this obviously rhetorical. It's not a question where you should answer yes. You don't want everyone to adjust to you if you're the one helping others.
Yeah.
Oh, that was horrible. And Ainori, I don't remember much about him. The only thing I remember is that people wanted him to call out colors. And he mentioned prior that he was colorblind or something like that. It was so weird to me.
Wait, what?
Like,
Well, no one knew he was colorblind, though.
No,
Wait,
it's not.
what
That's not
kind of
even
colors?
No, he's like not colorblind, but like he cannot see colors.
Yeah.
Like he sees gray only or something.
He's
like he
got the eyes of a dog.
Yeah.
You know?
That is colorblind.
And like, and then people asked him to call out the color of the marks or whatever. I was like, you cannot ask of the guy who cannot see colors to call out the colors. Like, I was like, I don't understand. And Mike did it, I think.
Yeah, because
I think that is not okay.
Mans couldn't see fucking colors, and he was just like calling colors out.
Yeah, but I don't know
do
what.
it though.
But I don't know what else he did, because I don't remember much about. The only thing I remembered is that he was like trying to, or called out like the dragon positions, and that's it. Like, I didn't see much. The problem with quick march I didn't see, like physically didn't see.
I think in general that out of like the healers, that you know, for someone who has done the fight, he was very, very inconsistent with the fight.
Okay.
Very, 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 very inconsistent.
But isn't he a melee? Tank man or something?
He calling all of us retarded? Is that what he's saying? Tank, of course, because he's fucking colorblind, dude.
No, I think
I've
seen someone said so. I don't know.
I mean, I fucking agree. I mean, I agree. Fucking I honestly think if you want to, I honestly think if you want to play easy mode in this game, just play tank. Compared to other roles, like DPS is
Dude.
legitimately the hardest role in this game.
Don't call me out like that, dude.
Specifically melee DPS. Melee DPS is the hardest role in this game.
You
As in
want
to
me to
perform.
tank
No,
Yuko?
no. Black mage is the hardest
Oh,
thing in the
it's-
game. No.
Black Mage is like on another level though. To be like,
It's-
Black Mage 70 specifically.
how are you, Azu? How the fuck are you forced to play tank? I'm like, I don't. How the fuck are you forced to? What are you saying?
Can you force people to play tanks?
Can you force?
I'm pretty
people-
sure there's like 99% of the people who want to play tanks, but they just don't get to play because they have been reserved.
You say that, but there are literally mounts in the game that make you like that for people to play
Incentivize you
tanks,
to play
right?
tank. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there was like a poll of like the most most popular class, and it was like red mage, dancer, machinist, or something. Really weird.
It's actually weird. I mean, you mean no one else wants to tank like in your group? Is that what you mean? Because I'm pretty sure tank in general is a pretty popular spot, right?
Is it?
What?
Our current healer like even applied as a tank.
Oh yeah,
They decided
Kaya
to play
literally
tank.
wanted to play
Yeah.
tank, right? And we were like, then he was like, "Oh, but I want to like disrupt the current like tank duo," and then he went to healer. I remember this, right? I think he wrote that to Cheryl. Actually forgot about that until you mentioned it again. Holy shit.
How the fuck can you forget stuff about this?
It's
I
like a
remember
trial
everything.
that happened like at the beginning, like it happened last year.
Yeah, but I keep notes of people.
Damn.
I dig their darkest secrets.
No, I remember what you tainted my memory of him with the color thing. I actually forgot about that.
Oh, you
And
mean
now
the
it's like
purple
a-
blue?
No, don't mention it. I'm trying to forget again.
I mean, Azu's here, he's gonna mention it.
No.
Also, we need a call out.
Bro. Dude. Do you really think he could replace me as a tank though, be honest? There's no fucking way I would switch off tank for him.
Yeah, but no one in this group.
Yep.
could.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
That's why I'm forced!
Competition.
But isn't it like if there's any time for
I
to
think-
shake the group about, it's just the start of the expansion.
I
right?
think the person that would potentially change like Nomi was probably Tisk. I think Tisk would play tank.
Charlotte's trying to get rid of me, saying just poach Mike. Like I'm not raiding with two groups ever again, man. It's just too much time.
Doesn't
Too much of my
talk
time.
enough to
Right.
tank.
It's just too
He,
much
I
of my time.
think,
Oh god.
he
What nurses?
I don't know about heart, but they're definitely
is
nurses.
surprised. I think he.
Totally
How
hard.
do I explain this? We're not raiding anymore, so it's hard to say. But like, I think he started to open up more, and like started to talk more also during raids, and obviously outside of raids as well. I think he seemed to me like a person that just needs like time
To open up.
to mess around with the people, because how he is right now, or was at the end when we still raided, is like, and at the beginning when he joined, it's like, oh, when we did the trial, it's like such a huge difference. It's hard to see because you see it like almost every day when you raid, right? But at the beginning he was like not really saying a word, maybe like saying that he had to AFK. I don't know. And now he's like just talking more. I'm just saying like he would probably, because he said he would like play a lot, and I think he's not really fond of melee anymore since E9.
Everyone needs to put this on now.
And
I know, I just think it's a lot easier to lead and see everything from a tank
Oh
role.
yeah, 100%. It's like the
Yes.
the responsibilities of a tank is just it's a different skill set. I think execution wise, I think tanks are, you know, it's not my
dude, I don't have that skill set. I just stared at my hot
Which is
pocket.
why there's a tanking duo, Alan.
That's why there's 2 tanks.
That's why Alan doesn't get to play Gunbreaker. He played it once, it was a disaster. We did, what was it, E2? And we were, oh yeah, we did E2 and I played on a different account on Blackmage, and obviously I had no idea of Blackmage, and then someone was
what?
asking, huh?
You played
Oh
Blackmage?
yeah, it was so hard. I actually didn't die at all the mechanics correctly, but Kenji killed me. Remember that. But
Oh,
someone was like
you
asking
sound like a
Ellen
real Black
something,
Mage now.
and like someone was asking Ellen something, and all he replied with was, "I have what for?" No, but
I still have it. The whole
I
thing.
think- I think tank and range DPS as well have like the easiest time, because range, as the game is right now, has like no
No
responsibilities
responsibility
anyways.
at all. Yeah.
Well, Black Mage too, kind of.
Nah.
No, really.
Nah,
Like-
this is
Black
like
Mage.
so difficult.
Like when I actually play Black Mage, I can't pay attention to everyone's mechanics basically.
Have you
But
ever
like,
tried the triple burst window, dude?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
inside your pod.
oh wait,
Yeah, I mean,
wait, are you a Black Mage main?
well, yeah. Until
Oh,
you
okay,
guys
then
forced
I'm
me to
I'm
switch.
sorry. I'm sorry. You're pretty much a higher human being. We're the peasants. Good
Hi,
dude.
Black Mages.
You cannot believe the amount of like. I think Germans in general are like quite an assertive, like nationality, right?
Wait, what?
I think Germans.
Well, I mean,
No, I think Germans in general are like
He's
quite
talking
assertive.
about
right?
Nim. He's
But-
talking about Nim.
I honestly
Oh.
felt that like when Nim was being assertive, that like we're not taking Black Mages. Like I felt like my race felt threatened just from saying that. You know, like the level of assertiveness that Nim had, saying that like I'm not progging with the Black Mage. I was just like, I felt like that was a threat under that. You know, that's kind of like how it was. Yes.
What are your? I never asked because there was not really reason. But what are your plans for next expect actually? Because it's like only 80 days, right?
Oh, don't say it like that. Really, it's only 80 days.
It's less than 100 days now. So
Oh my god.
I'm actually following that one account on Twitter that says every day it tweets like how many days left until Endwalker.
yeah, I saw someone retweet something. That's all I know.
Yeah.
No, but what are your plans like? Are there any?
I know that like Huey wants to have the range spot. I know that Huey wants to have the range spot. She really favors it, and honestly, I'll be glad to give it to her. In terms of melee, well, not melee, but I should say Reaper has just been like like Matt has called dibs on it. Not that anyone wants to play it.
I know, right?
I think I'm staying as tank. I have offered, like I said, I've always constantly offered like the caster spot to Charlotte if she wants it, but she just wants to stick to healer. I think her and Jin really get along. Like honestly, like our healers like hard carried us this prog. It's actually insane. Just the way that they healed and just the way that they heal with each other, but also like just like how they split responsibilities with each other, I think was like, and how much damage that they put out, if that makes sense, right? They really kind of like, it felt like they reached like a good middle ground without that much like communication. I feel like it just almost like naturally happened, you know. I'm sure that they communicated somehow, but yeah, somehow like telepathically. But yeah, it's there seems to be like good natural synergy between the two. Yeah, because like I said, they had really good damage, and but the problem is like they had really good damage, but they were also constantly behind because of our melee, in terms of like their GCDs, because their melee just kept fucking up. I know that like Miko, you want caster if it's open, right? You want
Well,
caster
not
if it's
caster
get
Black
it.
Mage if it's open.
well.
Oh, Black Mage.
Oh, the thing is that like I said, if you want,
have to
I
approve him.
like unless they do something drastic in Shadowbringers, Endwalker, that would prevent
Double caster.
that, you know, single melee double caster like and ranged, because that's what the Shadowbringers thing is at the moment. Unless they really kind of like enforce double melee again, and if like I would have no problems doing that. I would have no problems doing that, but I'm not the one you have to convince. It's Nim, because hey, it's black,
No.
it's black mage. I'm not the one you gotta convince, right? That's the thing. I'm not the one you gotta convince. So I'll leave that conversation to you. To have Nim, are you going to be okay if I played black mage, right?
No.
So so I'll leave that conversation to you. I've taken Lucy into the group, and I think she really favors red mage. She always has. I think in terms of like skill level, she's about the same as Huey. She's about the same in terms of like. In terms of skill level, I think she's about the same as Huey in terms of relative skill level. And I'm kind of like, I think, and obviously that's enough to do ultimates because she's done all 3 ultimates, right? And not the quickest, but it's enough. But I really think that unless people are given a reason to, people won't get better at the game unless they're put under like the right environment. And honestly, I guarantee, right, that
Wow.
I guarantee that Matt being like in the group, like he will light a fire under the DPS's asses as far as I'm concerned. Because like I said, while I'm the one that ends up like kicking people and like getting people into the group and kicking people and finally and actually pulling the trigger, in terms of like actually, in terms of actually like getting rid of people and stuff and replacing people. I think I've said it before that like actually how I talk to people usually during the raid is a lot more diplomatic than, for example, how Matt will say stuff, right? It's like, except that one time, except not that one. It's not that one time, but during that time when I was like raiding with Bailey, Jag, and like Meru, I was so toxic then. Holy shit! I was just like I was in raid like breathing fire every single time. I was honestly like I was looking for a reason to have a go at people because that's where my mindset was at back then, But honestly, like the only real shakeup that I think will potentially happen is like if Miko here either goes like caster or melee, well black mage or melee. That's literally like it.
Okay.
That's literally.
So you have 8 people.
Yeah, I'll take 8 people to the Savage because honestly, I'm like new expansion, new Savage, and people have time to like establish like, as far as I'm concerned, like a better culture within the group. Hopefully not what we had in 5.4, but also with that culture, people like end up getting better as well, if that makes sense, right? Because I think what I really want to stress now. I think what I really want to stress now is that I would rather take someone that is like, I'm not looking to have like a person that's like someone like Nim, for example, right? That like is like a DPS monster or whatever. I just want someone that like can listen, right? That's literally it. Because I cannot stress how much it really tilted me, how much I just had to almost like with our previous mayor, like if I was gonna tell you something, it's like I have to fucking write a thesis with video evidence of like what I'm saying. Why can't you just like like it's just it wastes time, but also like I'd rather you just listened, right? Honestly, like if I take like Miko here as an example, right? It's just like he fucked up a lot on like E11, right? On like the simplest mechanic.
One mechanic.
Just literally like discs, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's literally one of those things that I'd rather people just say, oh, like I'm just really having trouble with the mechanic, or I'm just fucking playing bad, or whatever, right? Or it's just like then just kind of like if you're just fucking up, that's like I don't really need any more than that. I just fucked up. That's it, right? Or if you don't understand the mechanic, then I'll try and as much as I can to help you with that mechanic, right? But it's like that's literally like I'd rather just have people that listen as opposed to kind of like always constantly contesting your callouts. You know how frustrating that is, right? Where it's like you do like a call out and then like
Oh, yeah.
someone would like contest that call out in the middle of a call out and cause confusion and they're wrong anyway, and then like you just wipe the raid because you thought like you knew better. You know, it's like that's where I'm at, right? That's
You
where
see,
I'm at.
Mads used to do that for me. Like if I would call out and he would like say a different call out, I would trust him on that because it's not often I'm wrong. It sounds like I'm being
Okay.
a fucking asshole, but so if he like corrects me, I'm like, okay, I obviously fucked up,
Yeah.
and then I will recall his call out so there's no confusion.
Yeah, that's actually an extremely good point because that culture is what me and Matt had. It's like if I could do a call out and then Matt corrects me, I'm like everyone automatically assumes that like okay, just follow the second call out, right? Because I would be like okay, sorry, my bad, just yeah, because I'm not gonna be because here's the thing, right? Because like let's say I did a call out and then Missing contested it, I'd be like no, I wouldn't trust Missing's call. Does that make sense? But if Matt corrected me, I would trust that call. So everyone else does as well. Does that make sense? It's like it trickles down.
Depends on the person. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's
You
like
make a call and you think it's wrong, but you still like doubt yourself more than him. You, like, go with it still.
I
Like,
think
okay,
I think Alan never doubts himself though. Holy shit!
sometimes.
The legendary stillness moment I will never forget. 7 people tell you stand still, and he presses spacebar.
I was executing the mechanic how I saw it fit. I was wrong.
well, like I said, it's just that's the kind of culture that again, like I said, I want to establish is that for us, Matt was that like Matt was at like second line of defense. I guess you could say that like, if I fucked up like a call out, Matt would just like correct me, and then because I trust Matt's call out, I'd be like, okay, I fucked up. Sorry, my bad. Follow Matt's call, right? That's like, and it's important to have that, right? It's important to have that. But obviously, with people that I didn't know, and that was also constantly wrong, right? Constantly wrong, and like, and if you're constantly wrong, and I have to like again pull out like an essay and like a video and like a video evidence and like pull out like a fucking thesis just to say that how you're wrong and how you don't actually understand this mechanic, then you just kind of like wasted my time. You should have just like listened to the call in the first place, right?
What I always say now will sound like really horrible, but if you're really shaky with mechanics and have trouble learning them, you're not allowed to talk. Like it sounds like so wrong, but like so mean. But if you're really like not reliant with stuff and you still need to learn and you do a lot of mistakes, you have to focus on yourself. You're not helping others, as dumb as it sounds. But like,
And
I would never
Go on.
call out something or explain something I can't really do myself yet.
yeah,
Like
I understand.
never.
Yeah,
I felt attacked, dude, by Rowanty just now.
Yeah, why?
why?
Wait, what?
No, I never called out, but I don't know. I felt that was like for
No,
me,
no,
even
no,
though it's
no.
not. Yeah,
I
I know.
mean it like in general. Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
Because when I'm like, when I have trouble learning something or whatever, and I can't get it down, I will actually like ask for help, or I will concentrate a lot. And there were even times in proc when I said, "Yo, can we maybe not talk during this mechanic? I still need to learn this." Like, and then people,
Like
you know,
during
don't really
portals.
I think
import this.
Yeah, you could not do portals for a long time. I remember
Wait, which portals?
in
Oh,
E7.
Oh.
Wait, no, I couldn't do the mirror mechanic in E8.
No, in the E7, because the first ones, because we were dodging it in middle, right? You just asked Mads to just keep calling it out.
No, but it was not personally because of me. I was like, okay, this is a mechanic that only one person needs to learn. I said, right? Because if Mess can do this, he can just call out for literally everyone, right?
Yeah,
Because we all have the same movement.
yeah, that's
Later on-
that's how it works. Yeah.
Later on, I didn't have like for the first phase. Later on, I realized that when we got to the what part was it? Where you have that stupid AoE on yourself, right? The color AoE, like the very last set of portals. that was because I dissected the mechanic and then I actually realized how the mechanic works properly. Because I never realized. What was hard for me is that I didn't realize what is the portal where it goes out and the portal where it goes in. Because I thought it was random, but it isn't. Like it's always said this is always the in portal and this is always the out portal, and I didn't like see that. I don't know why it was so difficult for me to see, so I assumed it was random. It's such a dumb mistake, but I think a lot of people thought that actually.
And even the fucking color placement is still. I still hate that.
The
You know, the
color?
portals on the side or in the front, like they're always the same. It's just
Oh yeah.
difference, like which one they go in.
They explain why they did this. The mechanic was actually completely random at some point, but they decided that this was too hard, so they made it easier. But before that, they also nerfed the DPS check because that one was too much as well.
I've seen
And
this.
then they only upped it a little bit, but it was not enough, and now we have this. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was
The original
like-
mechanic is in the normal, by the way. It's still there.
E7 is pretty much like just went wrong in development. But I'm actually kind of glad it's like not completely random. Like the inside and outside portals, I would hate that. Actually, I think
Where's the excitement?
I would like that if this was in like another fight maybe, but like in an well, not ultimate fight, but like on the last floor maybe. I don't know. Then I would have liked it.
Like a totally random mechanic, you mean?
Yeah. But the actual bane of my existence is really embarrassing was E10. Like the way I played an E10 is like I actually have to be ashamed. Like it was so bad because like I don't really have like a complete left or right disorder, but a slight like it takes for me a few seconds to realize where left and right is if I'm like focused on something else.
I remember
Or rather
Mike's
when I
group
have
was
to-
having trouble with that as well.
Huh?
And I had to make a picture for him.
Oh yeah. But when you said you just, put the shadow so it like points away from the boss and then you move left or right depending on where the sword was, I didn't have any troubles anymore.
Oh.
Because then
Yeah.
because then I didn't have to think left or right anymore, right? But
Yeah,
it's
you
still
don't.
kinda, but like only once and not like 2 or 3 times in a row. That was like the that was the game changer for me.
I still visualize it fully, like the fucking clones and everything. I have like no memory rules for it. I'm just
Holy
right,
shit.
left.
No, actually,
Let's go.
like that picture like really helped our group. But personally, for me, I still use my own rules for that mechanic. You know, that's the thing.
Well, you should, if you can get it done consistently, you always should win. That's the thing. That's like
I actually had
everyone
my
should
own
do that.
drawing, by the way, of like the shadows mechanic, and I had it open on my second monitor all the time.
Yeah.
I think why that picture helps people is because you literally have to think about one thing.
Yeah.
Not
You
too-
move to your spot so the clone is facing away, then you go whichever direction the guy is cleaving.
Yeah.
I think
But that's not how my
every-
brain works. My brain works because my brain is like basically pretty fucking retarded. That like I have to like I have like a hard time skipping steps like in my brain. So it's one of those things that like if you were to give me like an instruction manual, I will do like everything the instruction manual says in the same order, right? When you could have just kind of like did certain parts of it kind of like more intuitively. But
I mean, you still like follow a step-by-step thing because not everyone does, but for example, I moved like how do you put this? Because I don't know how do you solve the mechanic before I say something.
I have like 4 rules for it.
4 rules.
I have 4 rules for that. We're talking about like the E10 shadow like cleaved stuff, right?
Yeah.
If you have the arrow pointing towards the boss, right? As in like
Oh, okay. So you have for every shadow like its own rule.
yes.
Okay. Then I know. Yeah, because I personally think, or at least for me, and I think actually for bad players as well, as mean as it sounds, if you have a guide yet that you can break down by actual like movement / steps that becomes really easy. Like, for example, the way our wormhole strat works is that every position, except for 2, has 3 movements, right? So at least my brain helps this. Okay, if I have this number, I need to do move 1, 2, and 3. If I only did 2 moves or only 1 or maybe 4, then I know I already did something wrong or afterwards. So this helps me, and this also helped me in E10 because my step was bring Shadow Soul points away, look at sword, go direction of sword. Like that is like because I make stuff really dumb in my head because I also did business school and stuff.
I mean, I'm like that. Like legitimately for me, it's like what shadow do I have? What shadow do I have? And then like my rule for that shadow is just like, okay, what shadow do I have? Then what's my movement, right? It's like that's how I don't actually like I don't actually have like the whole intuitive side of my head that goes like, oh, just like rotate clockwise or counterclockwise depending on the sword, right? Is for me, it's like legitimately like, what shadow do I have, right? And then I resolve the mechanic, not going not thinking clockwise or counterclockwise, but then I have to be like, then like now I have to look at like the sword, if that makes sense. So legitimately, I'm always like, if I have the arrow, because in my head, in my brain, it's a fucking arrow, right? So if I have it pointing towards the boss, same side sword, and against the boss, sorry, like in front of the boss, sorry, behind the boss, same side sword, and in front of the boss, opposite sword, right? And then if I'm on the sides, right? If I'm on the sides, and then if I'm on the sides, I'm like, if I'm on the side, swords on my side, move in front of him. Swords on the other side, move behind him. That's literally like, that's how it's stupid, but that's how it works for me.
Hey, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
how
of course it does. I mean, it has to be,
what?
right?
that's
You know, I actually never understood the mechanic back then, but I just did based on your explanation. What the fuck?
I mean, I also understand how the mechanic, like, for example, I also understood how the mechanic works. My problem was just, like, I fucking hate left and right. I have a problem with that. I still know, like, how, like, I realize how the shadows work and shit. And how the boss would relate, like, would behave.
Better if we
Like,
call it Starboard and Larboard.
oh, fuck off. I actually did O11 as Unsynced a few days ago. It was really easy. It dies right after level check.
Larboard and starboard, and then you're like a tank, and then you're behind the boss, and then you're a tank, and then you're behind the boss, and
Yeah, it was the same for right laser sword and left laser sword.
Let me tell you, I tanked this and I never did it wrong. But
How
everyone
does it
else
even
did.
work, by the way, that mechanic?
Well, he like casts starboard or larboard, and if it's
I know he
larboard,
cleaves one side, but like, what is it exactly?
Yeah, well, larboard is he cleaves left, and starboard is he cleaves right.
yeah, it's just a cleave.
That's it.
But
But
like,
it-
why is it so hard for most people? That
Because
it's
it's like it doesn't say left or right, because it says larboard and starboard. That is like what like the stuff you use on a boat.
The ship
Oh,
terminology.
terms.
Okay.
Yeah, like because in the Japanese version it actually says left and right, but for the English version they were going with those terms. And the other hard part for people is when he casts starboard on larboard, he does the cleave and then he turns around and then he casts one of the other thing again. But it's like really easy because what you do is if he casts, let's say, larboard, you go to the right, and if he casts larboard again, you stand still, and if he casts starboard, you just move through him. Like that's all you do. It's like actually really easy.
Simple memory rules.
Yeah, I think the people like overblew how difficult this mechanic was back then. But because if he would have just said left or right, I think people wouldn't have had any issues with it, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that like the boss fucking turns around and like it just kind of blew people's like it stopped people from actually like they think that like it's how people think that like people think they have to solve the mechanic twice, but it's really just like once. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's the reason why people have a hard time with it.
It's kind of annoying as a tank though, because you might be in the front or the back. So
Yeah, nothing stopping you from turning your camera though.
That's what I do.
I could never turn my camera
I just
around because I
always
need to face
turn
the
it.
boss.
Uh,
I just learn it. Like I just do the.
Well,
That's
you
actually-
are
uh,
facing the
memory
boss
roll.
still. If you're behind the boss and you turn your camera, you're looking
There's
at his
quite
face,
literally
right?
there is quite literally a button that like faces the camera 180 degrees.
I actually never use
Really?
that one.
Yeah.
there
Yeah,
is.
no one
Okay,
uses it.
I was like using like some kind of memory rolls and shit. Like
Yeah, you know, this is Alan, the guy, literally only guy who uses that weird lock-on feature in the game. Don't tell me there's any other person who uses this. You're the only
Yeah.
person in the world.
it's literally everyone is like, why is
my
your
man's,
camera like
my
panning out?
man
Like,
locks
what the
on
fuck?
on keyboard, by the way.
like the devs were like, man, should we remove this option? Then they were checking the data, and then they saw this character Alan White is using it, and we're like, no, we cannot do him like that. We have to keep
Gotta
it.
keep it in the game. I
I
love
think-
that lock on,
Man,
dude. Like,
people probably use Judy recorder more often than the lock-on. But actually, no, that's a long stretch. No, we use the studio recorder. Yeah.
Alan's living in the past when auto
I'm
attack
still,
mattered.
yeah, I'm still hitting my auto attacks throughout the
I
whole
mean,
time.
The way I move is also the way you had to move before. Auto attack will change. Like I'm always facing the boss. Like with my character, I can turn my camera. My character still turns faces the boss, and I always move with A and D, like sideways, where it's still
Yeah, I'm like that. I actually
like.
most of my
I think
movements
every range who played in Heavensward does this. I think there's not a single range to stop doing this. I also never used Legacy movement as ranged in Heavensward. Because like people say a Legacy movement is better because you can run, backwards, right? Like
Yeah.
immediately. But I
No.
run sideways backwards.
You can lock on and then you can back.
Oh no, shit.
Oh,
No, it's like for me is that I swapped to Legacy in Stormblood when I played Dragoon actually, and the only reason I did that is because of elusive jump. Being yeah, literally that's it. If I wanted to elusive jump, like exactly I don't like turning my camera. Like I didn't like having to turn my fucking camera to use elusive jump or whatever, right? I literally just, for me, I would hold like S, and then it's a straight. It's a perfect like 180, and I'll just run in a straight line, and then I'll use the elusive jump. But before that, but I wouldn't have thought of doing that if like auto attack like facement was still a thing because.
yeah, but I play with Legacy and I had to use lock on to like face the boss the whole time.
Oh, Alan, like let's not talk about you, mate. Like you're
You
weird, bro.
used to,
Bro,
because,
my
like,
guy.
You keep uptime, dude.
You should be proud about this. When there's a thing that only I do, I really like that because I feel special then.
Dude, like
So just be
I
proud that you do the
saw
lock
that
on.
like
I feel special without that, and not in a good kind of way.
What is it exactly? What is that?
what do you mean?
The lock on,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
it makes you face the target. Like it basically.
If you
Like
cast something,
It's not only that, like your camera also changes. It goes like closer
It-
to the boss.
It
like-
centers the
No,
boss.
like-
it centers the boss, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
like a
just-
lock on, like in Zelda or something like that. It's especially like that.
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah.
If
actually
you've played
very
Monster
good.
Hunter and used the lock on before, it's that.
And it's like
the fuck?
when you
Is
move
that
to
a
the
Yeah.
That's the thing, yeah.
when you
Oh,
like
yeah.
strafe, it moves around the circle. It
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
like move to the side,
Man,
so
I
it
would-
follows the hitbox.
I would hate that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Alan,
No, but
Alan,
like
could
I
you
love it. Like
could
I
you
need
link
to step
your,
to the side, I just lock on and then I press like. I
do you
just
still
they
have
have,
your do you still have your A8 kill on? Do you still have it?
yes,
Yeah,
a
link that
POV
shit.
or something.
Yeah, link that
Do you
shit,
have?
dude. It's so
Oh,
weird, bro.
yeah.
It's like
But that's
so
the
weird,
point
man.
where I was still clicking everything as well, though.
Oh, getting that in quick just before everyone sees it. Yeah, I don't click anymore. Man. I used to click, not anymore. Just saying.
No, I click like 30% of my abilities. Back then it was like more like 70.
That's still a lot to be fair, but okay.
you heard me, Alan.
I click 30.
It doesn't matter. You can easily click in this game, though.
You know, You know, I said earlier that like just the tank's like the easiest fucking role in the game.
Boy could click,
You're just like going.
click lock on let's go, brr.
Yeah, bro. This
No.
Hey Mike, swap with me. I want to play tank.
I think Mike
Is
is
that-
not built to play Black Mage.
no.
Imagine you guys swap and then Mike wants to play Black Mage and then Nim says no Black Mage and then Mike has to go.
Like, I just have to straight like
Wait,
fucking. That's Milo trolling again. Just
What is it?
I wouldn't want to play Black Mage.
Oh, because it's so long.
I think yeah, like. Is that why Gunbreaker
really
was
the
a
most-
is that why Gunbreaker was a disaster? You had to click your abilities out.
Oh no.
Is that what happened?
Why
I-
though?
I think it's not. I actually like at the beginning of Shadowbringers I had problems with my arm, my left arm that is on the keyboard, where I had to like
Do I use down the key?
it was like I don't know if it was carpal tunnel or whatever. Like I went to a doctor and I got like some kind of bandage and it was better. But for that time, like he taught me not to stress my arm enough. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna click for a few days. So I went into like Titania Parisis Machinist and shit, and I like clicked during Hyperdrush and stuff, and it was okay. Like sometimes I clipped because I was not used to it, but every time I had to move during a mechanic, it was really horrible.
Fucking
Private,
click
by the
Tomahawk
way.
as well.
Alan,
Oh, it's private? Wait, but you
Yeah.
can still see it from the link, right?
No.
Wait, you can?
No.
Oh man, it's
yeah,
What
it's
the
literally,
fuck?
it's literally
How do I
private.
use YouTube?
Oh no!
You know what you know what I said earlier that like tank's the easiest role in the game, right? I think Alan's just proving it, right? How do you use YouTube? How do I
Who is
YouTube?
You go into your like on the top
YouTube
right.
creator. No, what the fuck
YouTube is
this
harder
shit?
than tanking.
You go on the top right to like video management or whatever, like something that sounds like it. Then there should be a list of your videos, and you go to that video and you change the status to. You can make it like
Oh, I think-
unlisted.
At
And-
least I changed it, but I don't know if I need to put the link again.
If you do unlisted, only people that have the link can see it. It's like FF looks.
I see it.
See it? Oh shit.
Oh, here it
There's gonna
comes.
I think I
At
used
first,
the
click of Tomahawk as well.
Sounds of Panic.
Yeah.
the panic, dude. The classic.
The OG.
That's the OG, man.
Senko or Fish Finger. Nice.
Yeah. That was the motherfucking toxic guy who got banned of this game.
Oh, the spleen.
Oh, it's the monk. I remember this guy.
Oh, bruh,
Bruh.
bruh.
What's that ability, by the way? Isn't that the fucking animation of Foul?
What?
I think at 20 seconds, exactly 20.
Right.
Fucking callouts as well. I love
That is
this.
Shadow Flare.
Foul!
Foul, mate.
You're not a black mage.
What the
Are you-
fuck?
you're- It's close. It's close to Salted Earth, but it's not even.
It looks nothing like foul!
Mate, you're.
To be fair, I don't really differentiate between Foul and Flare. I haven't played.
Oh, you
Black
mean
Mage
flare,
so-
or do you mean?
It's
Yeah,
Shadow
I meant-
Flare. This skill does not exist anymore.
Yeah, but it has the same animation
Fair.
as that like AoE from Black Mage.
What? It's just a puddle on the floor, dude. It's salted earth.
Oh,
but
you-
purple.
No,
Oh,
don't you see there's a cast animation. It's literally the same animation as Black Mage.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like before it drops down.
Yeah, it's like. It looks like. Wait, let me see again. Yeah, it looks like. It's like the weird orb with lines around them. It looks a bit like Flare. Yeah.
The fucking clicking of Infuriate and Falkleaf
Yeah, okay, yeah.
and Home Gang.
Yes,
You get what I mean, right?
Yeah. I actually agree now. That's what you mean. Like the actual when you drop it. It's not like when it's on the floor.
Yeah,
Fucking aggro add-on as well.
Oh, wait,
that you
fucking
can see.
School Syndrome Butcher's Block, dude. Oh,
Yeah, the good
a
shit.
Mercy Stroke. Oh.
That
Oh.
camera, dude. Are you still playing
Oh.
with that shit?
Yeah, the lock on. Yeah.
Fracture!
What the fuck?
Nah, bro. Like
The game looks weird.
Wait, what was the stun called again that warrior had?
Brutal Swing.
Yeah, brutal
Oh,
swing.
that one had
That's
a good
awesome.
animation. The animation is gone, right? From Brutus Swing.
Yeah.
honestly,
That
We're
was-
almost 90 seconds in the pool. We haven't pressed Foresight yet.
What a good
Can I ask
cooldown.
why you haven't pressed Foresight?
It's
Don't
such a
judge
good
me, I
cooldown.
was bad.
But you've pressed Bloodbath.
He couldn't move his mouth far enough to click it.
You've actually almost
Come
lost
on,
the
guys,
entire usage of Foresight because you haven't pressed
And
it.
I
I
just
came
realized.
from a lifetime of playing shooters, so like clicking was the easiest option for me.
I just realized that Decimate was a Heavensward skill. I thought it was introduced with Stormblood.
No.
What skill?
Decimate.
Oh,
Yeah. I always thought there was just an addition for Stormblood. It was not.
Back in the day,
Fucking
Decimate.
Unchained though. I fucking loved Unchained.
Dude, I'm such a zoomer actually. I know like 0 skills from his UI. From
But do
his
you
HUD, I
want?
mean.
Do you want an old machinist hotbar?
Sure.
You're not gonna recognize anything.
Yeah, look at your current machinist hotbar, and then you look at the one I will provide you in a second, and then you tell me like the difference you see.
Oh, hang on a minute. I actually want to see
Ammunition.
this. I actually want to see it.
Reload.
I actually want to see this because I want to see the difference between myself and.
Do you want just a picture? I'm just gonna no need for a video. Yeah.
Are there like no combo actions back then or what?
But
Like Aaron's pressing 2, but it's not lighting up or anything.
Oh, there were combos.
yeah, I'm doing combos the whole time. There was 3
Same.
combos on Warrior.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
maybe,
you had
maybe,
three
maybe
combos.
you just,
Mind
like,
code.
And what?
maybe he just did a mistake. or
Rend
something.
Mind.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them, right? There was a physical one and a magic
Yeah.
one.
Dismantle was physical.
Oh,
and
Dismantle. Okay.
Yeah,
That-
Dismantle
that's what it was
then
called.
became like the Omni thing. Man, the Rend Mine animation was so good. Holy shit, like the machinist would kneel down and then aim at the boss and shoot. And then, they would get dumped because it would reduce intelligence.
It was mine. It's 2 completely different ways that we had our setup.
Yeah, I'm Bongo Man. I just have 3 bars on top of each other, and then I put all the skills in a row.
Oh, let's shot. Oh,
Shut up! People overestimate let's shot. You press it.
let's shot. Oh,
Stop that. Oh, and if you look, the numbers on the bottom left, those were like the TP cores. Yeah,
See,
Isn't that
Grenado
raging
shot,
strike in
dude.
the middle?
Grenade shot was the shit.
Was so good.
What's that
Grenade
beside
split.
the raging strike, by the way?
Hawkeye?
Left-
Some
Hawkeye.
kind of eye, yeah.
Oh yeah, Hawkeye would. It was a bard skill and or an archer skill, and it was like cross class because like
20% dex or something, right? I think.
yeah, it gave dexterity, but like every job was tied to two other classes, and you could get certain skills from them. This
Oh,
is
you
how,
get
like,
picked?
for example, Warrior and Darknet got provoked because there was a paladin skill, for example.
Didn't Black Mage get raging strikes as well? Pretty
Yeah,
sure they
yeah.
did.
did,
Summoner and Black Mage got it. And like
Oh.
Archer was tied to Lancer and I would just say Dragoon and Monk. And Machinist was tied to Dragoon and Archer. But
That actually sounds stupid in a way.
it was okay, but you had to level the other jobs, which was not okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, see.
And leveling back then actually took longer. They even had to like buff dungeon experience, and the best way to level was Fates for a very long time.
That's a big problem with it. It was that like in order to like actually play your job you had to level a whole different job entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think Blood for Blood was the worst one with level.
Mantra was like
Mantra
46
level 14.
or
Yeah,
something.
but you actually didn't need that one.
No,
Like-
Yeah, but 5% extra healing.
Yeah, it was good. It was good in AAS actually. I agree with the baby mantra. But man, that was such a cool term, baby mantra. I really liked
But
it.
the thing is that like with how it was back then is that the whole having two subclasses. I guess the baby jobs, right? Wait, no, was it? It was classes, and then it went into a job, right? Job is
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
yeah. So and also the whole
level 15,
yeah,
right? Or
the,
something
yeah,
like that.
the whole 2 classes thing that level into like a job was such like an archaic, actually Asian MMO design. Yeah, there's actually so many MMOs that that did that, where it's like, you know, that I think like even fucking Ragnarok did that, right? It's like you leveled like a job. Like I think if you wanted Crusader, you like leveled up like swordsman and then like a bit of like acolyte or something, right? And then you became like a Crusader, right? And it's such a like an old MMO design thing. That I'm glad. I'm fucking glad that shit is gone, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, by the way, this was part. If you're interested.
I see Ghost Barrel.
See?
Ghost Barrel. Man, Ghost Barrel was okay back then actually. Because Machinist was designed with Ghost Barrel in mind, but like Wanderer's Minuet back then was not good, which was basically the same thing.
I see blank.
I don't want to be that guy, right? But
Blank shot.
fucking, can we get like an update to what Gauss Round looks like? For fuck's sake.
It's like so.
It
It
looks
doesn't
like an
even
auto
make
tag.
sense anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Gauss Barrel is gone, mate. Like there's no more.
they could remove it actually,
Yeah.
and
The
they
other
should.
one has sparkles and shit. But
Yeah.
Ricochet was. Man, Ricochet was so strong,
It was
and they
so
made
good.
it weak. Yeah,
was
they
so
made it
good.
they made it like 3 poops.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's bad, but we have it 3 times. But back then, big hit.
Big
If
hit,
it was
bro.
2 hits. It was 2 hits, and it was a small hit and a big hit. And sometimes the small hit crit and the big hit didn't, and then you hated your life. But if the big hit crit, oh, and then in Stormlight it was only 1 big hit. It was like a 1-minute cooldown back then.
yeah, Bard looks similar. I mean, it's skills
Yeah,
at
like
least.
only like Shadow, like no, sorry, not Shadow Flare. Flaming Arrow is gone. White Volley is gone. Quelling
Rest in
Strikes-
peace, Flaming Arrow, dude.
Does Rain of
Ah.
Death still exist?
Yeah,
Blunt arrow.
Yeah,
But
Rain
it
of
doesn't
Death.
have evasion anymore, right?
Yeah, that they removed also with Stormlight because accuracy wasn't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Man, story time. I used this in my opener during Gordius because I read up on stuff and people were like, yeah, this is good for healers because this is the time where they do damage and stuff, and the healers have a hard time to hit the accuracy cap. I was like, I'm a good support player. Of course, Reign of Death in opener, big damage. I never realized that my healers don't do damage.
It was hard. It was like, like Rain of Death had like way more value in Gordius than it did in Midas, because in Midas you could start melding accuracy, right? I think in Gordius
Yeah.
there's no melds at all.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then
Well, you would use the 150 accessories, right? So you could overmeld.
Oh yeah,
But they were like shitty white crafted gear.
yeah.
But it was still more DPS than using the normal mode stuff.
But I wasn't even bigger through later on because for A4S I was like, I'm gonna help my healers and unlock Mantra. That took a really long time. Well, I didn't know my healers didn't heal either. What a fool I was. No, like we like literally I killed A4S. It was my very first raid group and raid experience, and we killed it literally like on the last day of the patch, the day after had Midas release. Like this late. And it was 98% of a healer issue. Like literally we died to damage and
But
stuff.
it's just a
and-
healer fight.
yeah, it was. But like, man, there was so like I would never want to proc a fight like A4S again. It's actually so boring,
I think,
and it's so bad.
I think in general as well that if there was like one demographic of the raiding player base that's kind of like had to, I want to say, evolve the most over time, it's like definitely like healers. It's like because like back then there was the whole argument between like should healers DPS and like tanks should always be like in tank stance and stuff, right? But these days it's just like a wild. It's a lot. I mean, there's probably still like fucking stalwart defenders of the old way kind of thing, but I should say that these days it's kind of like it's way more expected that you should be DPSing regardless.
It got easier a lot as well with cleric stance and shit, like with the removal.
Yeah, I
so-
agree, yeah.
Well, I don't
And the
think
wit-
cleric stance would work at all right now because there's so many off GCDs.
Yeah.
Did cleric stance also affect off GCGs?
Yes.
What
It
did
didn't
do?
affect
Yeah.
Lustrate though. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it didn't affect Lustrate.
Lustrate
And not
was
Benny.
I was
either.
only in A Realm Reborn because it was percentage
percentage,
based.
yeah, percentage based.
But not Benny either, right? Because Benny was
Oh, yeah.
100%.
But all the new off-global heroes, it would affect them. So I don't think
Yep.
Cloak Stance would even work.
Yeah, true.
Why was that nurse so tanky?
Oh man, do you remember? Do you remember the scholar we had in Midas? The Belgian one that would talk French.
Oh yeah.
And he was very vocal, which is good for a healer. The problem was his accent was so thick. I've never heard a thicker accent that it was either really hard or impossible to understand
I
him.
remember in
He
was it A7? He was
Yeah.
talking about something and no one understood him. You just went yes.
Yeah, he was like BBB, BBB ba, BBB boo, and I was like no one was saying it. It was like, yes. And the good thing is, apparently this was the right answer and it worked out. I don't know, but like it helped. And there was this tank we also had that could not talk English.
Yeah,
So
you
the
would have to communicate
yeah,
with.
so the French scholar that you could barely understand would translate to the tank and would translate the tank stuff to us. It was a disaster.
That's actually something that, like, speaking of like heavy accents, we had like this we trialed like some black mage.
Yeah, we remember.
Like,
I was
German
watching a
dude.
stream and it was so outright. I was like,
Isn't
I was
it
like,
German,
please,
right?
yeah. I was like, please don't take him. I cannot watch your streams any longer if you do this because
His accent.
that accent
Such a
was
fucking European issue. Holy shit.
yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with accents in general. Like, but if they're like too thick and you can't make out the language anymore, then it is a problem, obviously. And why you could somewhat understand what the German guy said, but the accent was like beyond horrible. Like that, this is literally
Yeah,
the
but-
worst case scenario with a German accent.
I've never heard like a thicker German accent. Like, you know, it's almost like, you know, when you like watch a movie and they do like a parody of like the German accent of like this like, aha, Hail Hydra, this is the way
Yeah,
it is going to
you-
be. You know, like, this is the way that it's going to be, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, and what ended up happening was that like people honestly couldn't understand him. That I think like Nim had to translate for us. Like Nim would like
Oh.
ask him something in German, like, and then okay, this is what that guy was saying, and I'm like, I'm not having that. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it's just not good for anyone to have that.
I remember me when we watched me and Tiri, but like we're not okay with it. Oh shit.
Did you ever stream with that guy in?
Yeah, but
I
it
mean,
was-
do you have any videos?
No, I think it's gone.
I'm
It's gone.
stuck. I died.
To be fair, the red mage you have in your T group right now, Rinty, has a pretty thick accent.
Yeah, but it's not too bad. Like I understand him. Okay, I'm joking. I understand him. It's enough because most of the time I'm the only one talking, anyways. Nah, but I actually like the red mage is one of the few people I appreciate being there. I think he tries really
Yeah.
hard. When I ask him
Same.
stuff outside of raid, he like. I asked him, can you look at Red Mage POVs for that part and tell me if they do this? And like a few minutes later, he was like, yeah, it's like this and this and that. And I was like, yeah, thanks. And then there are other people that you explain something and then they somewhat disregard the information in there. So I actually really prefer the Red Mage. Like if the complete group, well, not the complete group, but most of the group would be like the Red Mage, it would be a lot easier.
Wait, Azu, how can you tell it's the red mage?
I know voices, dude. I'm good with voices.
No,
No, but
mean-
I mean,
What
you're. But how can you tell it's the red mage that has that voice?
Because it was probably saying something red mage at some point, like my red mage skill.
Oh, yeah, okay.
When you watch
Hold
the
on.
when you watch the pools, you learn who's talking when they mess up, right?
At some point, yeah.
So at some point, you know which voice belongs to which role.
Yeah. I'm actually biggest negative surprise to me was Zack so far. I think, like, I'm not saying this to like trash on him, but I think some of the stuff he said was like making my head shake. I don't know, like stuff like I can't move, I'm gas now. Guess you can't, and then that Sawyer was missing. I was asking when it was like it didn't go off when I clicked it.
Because he tried to click it.
I pressed button and nothing happened.
Oh no! It like this, like it's a he will probably like it will get better. I hope so, but yeah. Yeah, the red metal really good. Like, I think he can become a good player.
Recruit him. Recruit him.
For what?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Anyone could be a good player if they just look at point of views, right?
Yeah, that's
Weren't
the
you
thing.
doing UCAP or something?
I mean, you
yeah,
would
but-
be surprised
No,
how many people look up point of views and it's still horrible.
I could ask this guy for UCOP, but I'm not gonna because he's already doing Yubo with another group. I think you wouldn't have time, and it's also better to just get a friend. If we don't have casters, we just hate casters.
Yeah.
You don't need Casa for UCOP though.
Okay, what?
I mean, you need one for the 1%.
God, fear me, it's not.
Dude, that hell.
There's literally nothing here.
Did I want to?
How was your raid yesterday anyway, Vinti? I fell asleep.
Let's
Did you
put it
get
like
past limit
this.
cut?
Yeah, the last few pulls were okay, and at the end I gave like a small speech about that people like that I don't want any more mistakes in Living Liquid. If we wouldn't have had those pulls, my speech would have been different. Because I was saying to Mess, like in chat, if we are like 2 more weeks at Living Liquid, then we're gonna stop. Or I'm gonna stop, and Mess said the same thing for us. Because like I think being 4 weeks at Living Liquid is like not acceptable. No matter how casual you are, like definitely not. I think that is like the cut that you have to make, because then it's not even a player skill issue. Then it's like giving a shit issue, legit.
Well, you guys are using guides as well, so
Yes.
it should have been like a couple of days, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's like even stuff where people explain shit, and then people just forget about it. That someone said this at some point separate times. Okay. But like the last few pulls were okay. Then I just said, come on guys, if we get those pulls then it's just better. And then I pretty much said no more mistakes during Living Liquid. I know that there can be the occasional fuck up, but I expect everyone to know everything, literally everything about Living Liquid and Limit Cut. There is no bad pattern, there is no hard number next time we go in. You can do everything, you're allowed to make a mistake now and then, obviously. Especially during Limit Cut, I think Limit Cut mistakes are also okay. But if I hear anything in Living Liquid that someone didn't know about all of a sudden, because we also had to change door sex for all of a sudden, for some reason. And now, like, I run into the problem that I need to wait for the red mage to feed, otherwise my door will explode again and then we still get more damage. So I have to do the, like, speedy feed right after when people are topped off, but it doesn't matter. But I don't want people to die to the front cone during Living Liquid. I don't want people to forget to press their cooldowns or heals or mitigation tools. I don't want people to forget about their position, move too slow, kill that all, whatever. I don't want that anymore. Like I said it. I said now, like there shouldn't be any questions or whatever. And Limit Cut is fine. Like, okay, you fuck up. I said I at least want to like succeed Limit Cut next week 60% of the time. And that is being very generous, actually. Like 60%. So you will see how it goes. Like I'm still nice to people. Because I don't know, I could like the warrior, for example, has like a really hard time learning stuff. But I figured if I would just, light up a fire up under his ass, it won't help, because this guy is so insecure when he does mechanics, because see, you can say, yo, you're wrong, and you don't mean him, and he will immediately think it's him, and then try to adjust to something that he already did correctly. That is so painful to see that. I told him, God damn it, just be a bit more like more confident in your own abilities. Like, even if you do it wrong and you don't adjust, it's fine. Just learn it for yourself when you did. Like, you should obviously learn from your mistakes, but you should also learn from your like achievements when you did something right. Like, if you always like adjust, even though you did it right, you also won't learn it. So yeah, I hope like he will think about that. I hope our healers talk to each other at some point, because right now it feels like, I don't know, they're basically doing the same every pull, but now and then one of them forgets something. I don't know. And yeah, I will see how phase 2 goes actually. The thing is, huh?
There's a clip on general spam.
I was gonna. Can I borrow people's like brain power for a second?
For what?
What do you need?
I'm really having trouble with
Oh,
this
dude.
fucking puzzle, dude.
Alan's right here, dude.
Right.
Oh shit.
So it's just like. So
It's locked. I think you need a key.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a combination there, but here's the thing.
Oh, you need the code.
Try 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm honestly
The
drawing
first-
blanks.
Okay, wait. The first
Okay.
is larger. Oh, wait.
Let me open Notepad.
Yeah, same.
First is larger than the second. The second twice the third.
Wait. First is larger than the second.
The second twice the third.
Two.
The third smaller than the fourth. The fourth is half the first. And then the second part of the riddle is that four of the numbers are not repeated, so there's no doubles. 3 are not in the top row. 2 are not in the right row. One of the numbers is the final key.
Leave this one up a second. I assume this is referring to the keypad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Probably.
The first message was just 1 bigger than 2 and 2 times 3 equals 2? Or was there anything else?
By the way, the
One
numpad
sec.
is up to 9, obviously, right?
Yeah, it's a normal number.
I'm not sure. It's just 1 through 9, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
What's the second part again? I didn't write it down.
The third is smaller than the fourth.
Let me know.
Fourth. The fourth is half the first.
Okay, so I'm gonna swap to the next one. 4 of the numbers are not repeated, so there's no duplicates. 3 are not in the top row. 2 are not in the right row. One of the numbers is the final key.
Oh, I'm too dumb. I give up.
Can you put on the first one again?
So one of them is 9, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
Is
I
it?
don't know.
One of the numbers is the final key. There must be 9.
Yeah, but the first. Can you put the first one again? Because 9 is the highest number, right? So. Fourth is half of the first. The first is larger than. Second is twice the third. The third is smaller than the fourth.
I'm literally like drawing blanks. Like I can't even like. If I could just have like a start, then I'm sure I can figure it out. But like my brain is my brain.
Yeah, but the
juices are
first
not-
has to be the biggest number, right? Because the fourth is half of the first. But it can't be 9, right? Because it's half.
yeah, you cannot. You literally cannot divide 9 by 2. So it should be 8. First number should be 8.
Okay.
Keep the thingy on, though.
Okay. Like.
I didn't take a screenshot.
I mean, yeah, we got 8, but what about the rest?
Okay.
dude?
Okay.
Wait, who said 9 was the one that had to be halved?
No, it
Because
cannot
it's
be
the-
half. It cannot.
The first is larger than the second. The first is the biggest number, right?
Okay. It should be.
So
Because if the second is twice the third, then that the second is twice the third.
Yeah, but the third is smaller than the fourth, and
It
the
was
fourth
just
is half
it was
of
just
the
a
first.
question to make sure someone's not using a fucking guide
Okay, so
because there was no reasoning behind it. But Alan's not using a guide. I can tell that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a
no,
compliment.
it's
thank
like
you.
you can't have 9 as the fourth because if it's half, if the fourth is half
You mean?
the first,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, that cannot be 9. That's the
it can't
thing.
be 9 because it'd be like a 0.5,
Yeah.
right?
What about 8?
It
So
can't
if
be
you
like
would-
an odd number, right?
If you would place 8, would that work? 8, half,
I
fourth?
think only
That
8,
means the fourth, fifth, 4.
8 or 6 could work, I
But
think.
then why does it have to be 8?
It's the largest number. It has to be a large number, right?
Okay, but 6 is also a large number.
Yeah, that's why I
Well-
said it's 8 or 6. Both
Right.
of them
Yeah.
should work. Yeah.
But you can just count it from the rest, right? Because if like it would be half, then it's 4. Then
So it's like
second is twice the third. Third is smaller than the fourth, but it's twice the third.
And if the first is 8, then the fourth has to be 4. Then that means that the third has to be smaller than 4.
Wait, if
And then we can
assume
derive what the
first
second
one-
would be.
so 8, 4, 1, 2.
Said that the top numbers are not used, right? So it can't be that. Or can it be? What was the second verse like on the second page?
8, 4, 2, 1.
It says,
8, 4, 2, 1.
it says 1 in the top row, so I assuming
by the
it
way,
might
if
be
it's
3.
8, if the first one is 8, the last one should be 4. That's for sure.
Oh, so
or like
8.
if it's 6,
Yeah, so 8.
8 and the very last one should be 4 because it's half the first one.
The third number is 3. So that means the second is 6.
Yeah, it should be 3,
Yeah.
2, or 1.
Because
As
it
was
can't
right.
be 1, because if it's
As
1
was right.
then the second one would have to be 2, but there's only one number in the top row, so it can't be 1 and 2.
So 8, 6, 3, 4.
8, 6,
Yeah.
3, 4.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think so.
Okay.
Gig brains.
Well, 8, 6.
3, 4.
Are you even clicking?
Hey.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay.
That's the backup, dude. Thank you. That's the backup, dude.
Easy game. What?
Back to our regular scheduled.
That's how I do math. I just throw numbers at it until it clicks, and then like
Yeah.
we go with it.
We call that brute forcing.
Yeah, dude, I remember in one game, I'm not sure which game was it, but it had like a pad as well with 3 number combinations. And like my brother was playing at the time, not me, but what he did was like he had no idea how to solve the puzzle. So what he did was write every single 3 combinations from like 111s to 999s. He actually wrote all of them on a notepad and like started scratching them off until he got to the correct one. Yeah, that
What am
was
I-
insanely stupid.
What am I looking at?
Dedication though. You're looking at the hand.
You're looking at results, Mike.
You're right.
Well, Alan, he did get lucky and like it was something in the 200s.
What does that say?
Is
The
that lucky?
start time is my
Is this
key.
another puzzle?
The start time is my key. Okay.
Start time.
Yummy.
What does the start time mean? Like, what start?
I've no idea at the moment. Like I've yet to encounter the actual puzzle. But there's a statement saying the start time is my key.
It really has been
Well,
solved.
it says
Holy shit.
died tonight, if that has anything to do with it. Well, what's the puzzle even?
Maybe it's in a different room, but I need to keep that in mind. Wait, one.
I still don't get part of that last riddle. One of the numbers is the final key. What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that either. I think it's just debate.
No.
It is
Debate.
like
Surely
One-
that should be 9, right?
One of
Yeah.
them. Oh shit!
maybe it's like a bigger puzzle that takes like that takes the results from other puzzles into account.
No, you can get a secret ending if you type in the right one.
Wait, what the fuck? Did someone's got a pistol?
Bang bang, wonderful.
Pick up the phone.
It's not a phone. It's
Pick
an
up
alarm.
the
Oh,
alarm
start
clock?
time. Start time is my key.
Oh.
Mom, 5 more minutes.
Please.
I don't want to go to school.
1 minute past 1.
How the fuck do you read an analog clock?
Fuck?
How do you read an analog clock?
Why are you asking that, dude?
Because I don't know.
Look at the hands.
The start.
Yeah.
You actually don't know?
No, I live in a digital world, my dude.
It's
Oh,
1
fuck,
minute.
dude.
You're lying.
1
you're
minute
lying.
past 1, dude.
The start.
Okay.
Is this alarm clock is like significant or something?
Probably the time, right?
Wait, that's like a rusty thing pointing downwards.
Ah.
So it's like been pointing downwards a long time, I guess.
Isn't that just the second hand?
But isn't that just
I don't know how to
general?
read a clock, my
Clock
dude.
has 3 hands, an
Okay.
hour, a minute, and a second.
Miss, I will explain to you. The small pointy thing, I don't know what the English word, tells you the hour, and the long thing tells you the minute.
Okay.
And obviously, like, yes, on an analog clock, you cannot tell if it's like night or day, because they're only 12 hours, so you have to like look outside and guess.
1301.
To be fair, if your sleeping pattern's that fucked up, you don't know if it's morning or afternoon.
God damn.
I'm doing it, Alan.
Oh, that's probably for the key or something.
Yeah. So that guy's arm said the start time is my key. Right? And okay, so
Yeah, but try 0101.
So, what I'm thinking is that the final line of what, like, as I was saying earlier, doesn't make sense. But it's like the final number is the final key, right? Now I'm thinking it might be
0101.
like 01. Oh, there you go.
See? An analog clock doesn't tell you if it's night or
Although,
day.
Instant camera.
digital boys.
Oh,
Wait, who left?
is that Mads rage quitting from like analog clocks?
No,
It was Miko. What the fuck?
Probably just like sometimes it's like Discord craps out.
Did they really not teach you how to read analog clocks at school?
no.
Wow, what the fuck?
So
That was
no.
part of our maths class.
Damn. Okay, I
How
didn't
to
learn
read
it
a
in
clock.
school. I didn't learn it at school.
No.
And sometimes
I mean, it's never been a problem because there's always been digital.
I'm not saying it's a skill.
clocks.
I'm not saying it's a skill you need, but I'm just surprised it wasn't part of maths class because it's
sometimes
No.
kind of maths, right?
I
Yes,
still
like
have
the-
analog clocks in my house.
there's like a third pointy thing that goes really fast. This one tells you the seconds because it's so fast.
Goes really fast.
Like one, it moves per second.
It does a full second every 60 seconds.
Whoa!
No, not that one. Fucking
Are they supposed to be rare? Analog
yeah,
clocks?
yeah.
I think
Is there also like a hand that does like milliseconds?
no, yeah,
No.
on some clocks, some weird clocks. But like, this is something that will probably get lost at some point due to time, like because analog clocks are easier and just tell you more. Yes,
But it'll
not analog.
become
Sorry,
like-
digital clocks.
It'll become like one of those antique things that you get those
No. I'm
like
gonna be a boomer and remind everyone every single day that it existed.
Like a line
I mean,
phone,
we're
right?
still using them in here.
I still use analog.
I have analog here.
I have an analog watch as well.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have a
if you-
smartwatch.
Actually, no, this will not get lost because all the rich people have like Rolex and shit, right? Because like a watch.
but I
a
feel
watch
that
is-
was-
Even Rolexes are going digital now.
yeah, they will come up with Rolex
Yeah.
Digital soon.
Oh damn! I was about to say like it's still like a status symbol if you have like one of those, but if
Yeah,
they go
but-
digital as well,
It's not the same though, because it's like the fine machinery and everything that's like really
Yeah.
cool about them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, watches also only like riser prices as well, right? They never drop really. So even older watches are like still like expensive. As fuck.
Fuck, they use the camera.
I mean, people still like buy those LP music players.
Oh yeah.
What, like with the vinyl and shit?
Yeah, vinyl. Yeah,
The
That's
phonographs,
We,
right?
we
Yeah.
still have vinyl, but we don't have the player.
C4. That's where.
it's just not like that. It's just not like the norm. It's just for people who like wants that very specific kind of
That's what I
sound.
meant by like they will become antiques where people will
Yeah.
just buy them just to decorate the house.
You missed this? Oh, do you guys have the phones where you like spin it around?
Huh?
You know what you
Flip
mean?
phones?
No, not flip phones. I mean like the house phones. I don't know if it has like a
Oh,
special
with the dial.
Oh.
dial, yeah,
we do
where
have
you
one,
like spinning. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have one as well. I think
Nah,
we have
spin
like
that, that might
older
be,
version.
that's a tad before my time, I'm afraid. Like that's a
the fuck, dude?
that is
You
a
think
tad,
it's
a
right?
little bit before my time, dude.
I
Did
still
you guys
remember.
have
Aren't you like
color
30 or
TVs?
something, dude?
I still have like an old ass TV that's like fucking bigger than the screen. Like it's not
The
a flat
CRT,
TV,
CRT TVs, yeah.
but it's kind of like old. It doesn't show anything because it's like the time is like digital now, and it has kind of.
Back in the day, they didn't
Past
even
its
have color. That didn't get invented until later.
Yeah. But it is colored. But the brand is Nokia though, the phone brand, which is like
Wait, what?
actually pretty
Nokia?
rare. Yeah.
Nokia.
Not
Your old phone?
Nokia.
Or...
Nokia.
No. The TV is that brand.
Oh,
Nokia TV. What
They,
the
they
fuck?
made they
Nokia.
made like boots as well. Like
Nokia boots, dude.
yeah. There used to be a lot of those.
The ones that made the indestructible mobile phone, the grey one.
Those Nokia
Yeah.
boots have to be
Yeah.
steel toe cap boots, right?
Nokia brick phone.
But they're
Yeah.
just like basic rubber boots, I think.
Well, my first phone was a Nokia 5110 actually. That's like.
I think that's like
Everyone's
almost
first-
everyone's first phone.
Yeah.
Then I had like
Nokia 5110.
But
5110.
3310
Oh
though.
yeah,
Then I had a 3310 after that.
3310. Yeah, that's the one. That's the indestructible one.
One,
That's
yeah.
the good shit.
We still have our like old Nokia phones in a drawer somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You play Snakes and fucking Space
Yeah.
Invaders on it.
the good shit. I miss the days when you could drop your phone to the floor and it didn't break.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I miss
Yeah,
it.
just throw it everywhere.
Yeah, it would still live.
Yeah, but we would do that like in fucking school and shit. You would just like throw it out the window or something, and then it would just go collect the parts, and everything was fine.
Then after Nokia was like
Collect the
Motorola,
parts.
Oh,
and then
It
Sony
was a
Ericsson
weapon.
came in.
Yeah,
Sony Ericsson in Germany.
I used to have like. Yeah, go on.
only like the. How do you say? Like the bullies in school and shit had those.
The chavs.
Like no, like the.
The cool kids.
Like
Old
no,
ones?
not even the cool kids. It's like the children that sit in a train and listen to like the music on the Sony Ericsson, but like not with headphones, but loud, so everyone can hear it.
The chavs.
The
That was me
That's
when
a
I
U-
was young.
that's UK slang. I don't think you know what chavs are.
What does it mean? Like
Council house and violent.
yeah, those.
Um,
I used to have like a Sony Ericsson Walkman phone, like a flip
I
phone
bet
as
you went
well.
on public transport with no speakers, didn't you, Alan?
Yeah, well, there was no public transport in the countryside, but like, yeah,
I,
There's
I forget.
there's a bus
I
somewhere.
fucking forget that you're like a farm boy, aren't you?
what the fuck, dude?
It doesn't
Do you
like.
want some of my grain?
It, I remember, like, did you say that, like, I remember, like, doesn't the bus come, like, every hour or something? Right?
No, like, it's once in the morning and once in the
Never mind. It's
yeah.
Like once every 12 hours.
It's your boss, you know?
So you can get away and come back. Literally.
No, I think there was 2 in the morning, I want to say, but those were like different rides because they were like school rides, so they were like specifically ordered. But I want to say there was like 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening.
But what if, like, you had off school earlier than anticipated for some reason?
Wait
Did
for
you
the
have-
bus.
Oh
You have to
God!
wait. Yeah, you just stay in the city and
Yeah. Well, city.
But there is no city.
Yeah. like,
well, he goes to school somewhere, right? He doesn't go to a one random
Yeah, maybe
building
it's on
in the
the-
middle of the
Maybe
country.
it's on the, maybe it's on a mountain. Maybe it's a
Yeah,
monk
but-
school. I don't know.
one that I went to like
Well,
a
then you
city
can play
to
with the
school.
mountain goats then, can't it?
The one where like actually went to city to school was the one where I like learned to be a mechanic. Like it's like
And then you
Yeah,
didn't
I
have to
mean-
wait for a bus. You would just build your own.
Oh,
I
it's
still
the
had to
elevator.
like the
No,
thing
it's
is
just-
like the bus will go in the cities, yeah, but it doesn't come to the countryside. So it's
All you do is that you hope that your friends from school also have to wait or something, or have a car or something. Then you get a ride from them.
Yeah.
That's why you make friends.
I remember when I had to take the school bus, my bus would always come last. So all my friends got to get home early, and I had to wait like, I don't know, quite
No, but-
some more time.
You get to wake up later.
No, it was like going back. Like, if I had to get there, I had to like go up earlier because I was living further away.
Oh.
It
Oh,
was
so it's like a bus stop. It's not really coming to your house to pick you
Oh
up.
yeah. It's a
Ah.
bus stop. for me.
Okay.
Is that that's like an American thing, right? Where like buses like this go down the suburbs and pick you up. I swear that's like an American
No,
thing.
no, they had it around where I live actually.
they
Where a
do
school
have it
bus
here
would
as
go
well.
around.
Yeah.
They
Because
had
How-
it.
some
how else
people
would you
would,
get to
yeah,
school?
some people would go to like highly recommended schools, and they would like live like quite far away. So a school bus would have to go around their neighborhood.
I think I'll take a picture here.
Yeah, that's the normal thing in here as well.
I mean, you guys are rich.
That's blood, dude.
Well, I
Wait,
never,
to be
I never
fair,
took a school bus.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I live
yeah.
like 5 minutes away from all the schools I went to. I would wake up like 15 minutes before school and
Just get on your bicycle, dude.
Not the same
9845.
rule, like if it's
Oh, is that a code?
9845. I think
that's a
I'm
really hard puzzle, dude.
like because
that
we had
opens
the 5 kilometer rule, I think. If it was
5
over 5
kilometer rule.
kilometers,
That's
yeah. If it's over 5 kilometers, your school trip, then you get like a free bus. But if it's less, then you have to pay for it.
I think that's a restraining order, Alan.
No, but like
No,
if
it's
it was
like-
below, then you could like just.
Our
go
school
with a
had
bike
something
or
similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Except it was 2 kilometers.
I was like some privileged Asian kid. Like actually, we had like a chauffeur. It's like the
Wow.
yeah.
Private
Got
chauffeur.
a chauffeur, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Rich Asian kid, dude.
I was like fucking. I was like hella privileged growing up, dude.
Did you go to a private school or
Yeah,
public?
private school.
Oh.
Yeah. Private Christian school.
Oh,
Oh
God.
god damn.
Hallelujah.
Praise the Lord.
Amen,
Allahu
brother.
Akbar. Oh wait, wrong religion.
Ugh.
I think I go one more floor.
Oh, that reminded me. Ronti, I got the Hand of Creation.
The what?
The title
Where
End
do you
of
get it?
creation.
Oh, the
for the
Mount.
crafters. No, I didn't get the mount. I only finished the crafters part.
Oh, okay.
9485.
But why?
So
Why
you want
not?
the mount?
Yeah, I want the mount.
But why?
It's rare.
Oh. 9845?
It's rare for a reason, it looks like shit.
9 8.
To get.
Nice.
Too far, dude.
Oh, no.
You did it.
You're a gamer, Mike.
Thank you.
Actual gamer moment. Holy shit.
Wait, what game is this even?
Silent Hill 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can tell by the graphics.
I guess it was a Silent Hill.
Sorry.
And also that it says Silent Hill right there on the screen. That's a pretty big clue.
This guy's reading lore. I'm out of here.
This is the I'm not sure if you remember, Alan, but like this orphanage is the one where Walter Sullivan grew up in. That's why I ended up being a fucking maniac.
Mr. Smith, Tim.
Mr. Smith.
Oh, for a moment I thought that was a
Mr.
porn magazine.
Anderson.
Oh.
Mr.
I mean,
I
looks like one.
appreciate that reference. And I appreciate the Matrix Ghost Twins.
Yeah, I can't believe
Ghost
that.
Twin.
Can't fucking believe that Cheryl hasn't like watched Matrix until you actually force her
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch it, dude.
After the twin picture? Or was it before?
It was after.
Damn. She knew beforehand how they looked like.
Well,
Did she retroactively look at the Matrix Ghost Twin picture and then be like, now I get it. Yeah, it actually looks like it's not like
I told her that this you'll recognize these
Yeah.
people in this scene. It's like, oh, that's the Matrix Ghost Twins.
oh, it's the nun bus.
The funny thing is, as soon as she wrote that, I saw it instantly. I was like, holy fuck. That actually is the Matrix Ghost
That's
Twins.
not the Matrix
It
Ghost.
was a non-bus.
I completely forgot there was a bus there when I saw that quote.
Wasn't it S4? The one mentioned somewhere?
So basically, the diary of this guy is like I guess he's some sort of fucking pedophile that like really wants us.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Fair enough.
I mean, you aren't young anymore, so.
Understandable, understandable.
Poor simp.
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 My what?
My goddess.
No, but he said my lover, my goddess, my. It didn't continue.
My son.
Wait,
Alabama.
Sexy nurse strikes again.
Sexy.
I don't know what the women looks like in Finland, but
Oh, look, there's the phone you
An
were talking
actual
about
phone.
earlier.
Well, yeah.
Wait, yeah, it's actually one of the old phones.
Oh, who's gonna be there? Is it Ellen, maybe?
mushy mushy.
It must be, he has one.
Hello.
Mushy mushy.
Hello?
It's awkward.
No,
Oh.
I'm not.
Don't lie to me, Claudia. You're always trying to run from your responsibilities. Have you come to apologize? Or maybe you still don't realize how foolish you've been. The salvation of all
Was it the pedophile?
mankind
No idea.
was a ridiculous dream.
Wait, just listen to me for a second.
I've heard enough from you already. How did you turn out this way? Where did I go wrong?
Listen to me already. I'm not Claudia.
You're not Claudia.
My name is Heather.
Oh, I didn't like the way he said that. He's like, Heather.
Who are you?
Why would you tell some creepy guy in a phone your real name?
I know.
Make a
Leonardo
point.
I was literally saying this yesterday. I literally don't answer unknown numbers on my phone.
Oh, yeah,
Same, fucking same.
I don't think anyone does.
I do. I get the Indian scammers, so I get to talk with them.
Claudia is-
Wait, you get them even in there.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They're
And they even
everywhere.
speak
dude.
English, and then I just like scream at them in Finnish, and then they like, please stop the call.
Okay,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
their English is, you know, it's quite unique.
They've even called in my work phone, which is kind of really weird.
Behind your words, the anger. You plan to kill her, don't you?
I'm sorry. killed my father.
She's a fool. But she's still my daughter. I was going to forgive her if she changed her ways. But I see it's too late. Heather, will you help me?
Who the fuck am I talking to, man?
Locked up in here.
Wolf dude?
Leonard.
Some girl's father.
Where are you now?
I'm not sure myself, but the door is at the end of the hall on the second floor. I think I can be of help to you. I have a seal. Please.
He's got a seal.
Seal?
He has a save point.
Where are you? I'm not sure. It tells the exact foreign door.
Oh.
The end of the hall on the second floor.
End of the hall on the second floor.
Which end?
I'm on
You
the-
don't even have a map.
I guess
Oh,
M6.
Oh, there.
second-
It's below.
Yeah, okay, I need to get there. M6, I suppose, right?
I would assume so. Unless he's in the day room.
Oh god.
It's just a nurse.
It's a Finnish nurse. Oh, he's got a pistol!
What? That's what
Ow.
they do in here. That's called the COVID vaccine.
Oh! God, that did so much damage though.
You got shot.
By the way, Mike, you probably know that as like half Asian. So is it real that I think Singapore and Malaysia they are using fucking horse medicine for COVID?
Wait, why would I know that? I
mean-
don't know, dude. You're half Asian. You should know what goes on in Malaysia, dude. I have no idea.
No, I mean it's, I assumed it's probably happening in the Philippines as well. That's why.
I don't know.
You don't have connection to the wavelength for you.
It is a high.
What
Hang
kind
on,
of Asian are you, dude?
Let me quickly
Mine.
connect to the
Yeah,
hive
you
mind,
should
bro.
know. You should know, dude. You're fake.
I love your deduction, dude. Like, god damn it.
Dude, talk some Asian speak right now.
That's where my white side kicks in. That's how you know. That's how you know I'm half white, because like I don't know what goes down in Malaysia, dude.
You're not a fool, but you don't have connection to the wavelength.
Oh my god.
Okay, girl. Only every other day.
let me get my ass down to M6. Hang on.
What?
Bro. Actual mouth breather, dude.
Yep.
Let's go pistol.
He's got a
Great.
gun.
Serpentine.
Get down.
I like that strafing though. End of the hall?
Wait, is that even on the map? It's not even on the map.
I didn't see that
It's
one.
not.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
Because you don't have the map yet.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay. It's fine.
Holy fuck.
I thought it was an elevator, actually.
Oh, so you're supposed to go right. Okay.
Feel like you're being guided.
Yeah.
It's gonna shut behind me. Oh, is that bait?
Yeah, do
Oh,
you wanna
Okay.
find out?
Okay.
And then the guy's gonna say, I don't know where am I?
I'm not sure where I am.
Coordinates are.
Okay, you just went in the circle. And the gate he closed on you.
there
Oh
you go.
yeah.
No, that's the correct good door, I think.
Yes,
Oh.
but he closed the door that was a quicker route to that.
Bastard.
There you go.
Oh.
Nice camera angle.
Hmm. I'm so confused.
Imagine if you have to remember this path.
To escape or something.
Bro.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. What the fuck?
Okay.
Now it opens. Is there a stamina system in this game?
Yes, there is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, no trigger. Okay. Okay.
There's the scene.
Save point it is.
Boss fight? Boss fight?
I assume so.
Anyone?
Oh, can I save?
Did it crash?
Here's something though.
Yeah, it's the sound effect that's repeating itself because the game crashed.
No, man.
Nah, dude, it's just the stream. I believe.
Oh,
I think it did crap out here.
when did you save?
Just before I got my ass down to M6, so it's not that far. Okay.
Dude, game
Oh,
crash is so fucking scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
Did anyone use these pointers, by the way? With the trailing effect?
Pointers. You
Like
mean
for
the
your mouse? Yeah.
No.
No.
I don't know
What
why.
was it for, even?
I don't
There
know.
must have been a reason back then.
To
Wait.
look cool.
Wait,
There
what?
wasn't a reason for much of the extra shit in technology back then. It was more like, oh, we can do this, so why not? It's like experimenting with what you can do.
Did anyone try the dubstep sound mode? There's like in Final Fantasy, there's that enable visual alerts, and it's like bars on the side that like gets bigger as the sound gets bigger.
What
Wait,
the
what?
fuck?
Yeah, if you go into system config and down in accessibility, there's the visual alerts.
What is that for?
Try and enable it and like put your game sound all the way up and hit stuff.
All the way up, you tried to kill him.
I mean, just loud enough so like,
What? Why
Yeah.
does this exist?
I don't know.
What noise does it make?
No, it doesn't make a noise. It's like when you listen to. Wait, my game is too loud.
It's a visualizer for the sound in the game.
Like when you have a like sound file and you see like when it gets louder, like the bars go up. You have this like around the border of your screen. I don't understand why. Is it like for people that are deaf to see, oh, there's noise?
I'm guessing so, but I don't know.
But what are they gonna do with that information?
See the sound?
There's
wait,
noise in my video game.
What
oh
does
no.
it do? What does it do if I like put it on 100? Wait, oh yeah, I need to.
Your ears are gonna die, dude. Oh wait, it makes no sound, right? It's just a visual.
Yeah, I sent
but-
you a, I sent
but
you a
it-
screenshot.
It reacts to the sound of your game, and if your game is too low, then you can barely see it at all. So
Yeah, this is what you have from the outside.
Why?
What?
Hmm.
Not gonna lie, I wanna try it in something like Alexander. Like with Rise.
No, it doesn't really go with.
It doesn't do shit. Oh.
Oh, your Discord stream's not up, by the way.
Huh? Oh, my bad.
Discord stream's not up.
He's trying to like.
Wow, you learn something new about this game every day, even if it's not useful.
To be fair, no one uses the setting like that. Right.
I actually like the way colorblind looks. I never used it like.
Oh,
except
the
once.
colorblind mode is bad because it just puts a filter of your preferred color over the screen. That's not good. It's really
Oh,
not
really?
good. Yeah. Not well done apparently. Like instead of just changing core elements where people have trouble seeing stuff for mechanics and shit with colorblind mode, they just put in a filter over the entire screen. It's like, I guess, a solution.
It's this
Wait,
save point.
Wait, don't tell me this is like.
It's
Wait,
honestly,
why is it red again? What the fuck?
It's this.
It's the same.
particular- It's a save point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's this particular save point that's bugged.
This is hardcore mode. You can't save before the boss.
I'm sure I'll be
I
fine.
mean, he's not that far off.
Can. Yeah, save states.
Oh.
Okay. Oh,
Oh?
Huh?
What the hell?
what?
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 Are you in a
What?
different area?
There was there like a cutscene maybe?
Yeah, probably.
There. Did it skip a cutscene?
Continue?
But that
oh,
nurse, yeah, that red nurse, yeah, I saw her too.
Lisa? What?
Oh. Did I just skip? I skipped the cutscene, I suppose.
Should we watch it?
Hang on, like just what? So this, I'm still in the same cage, but I guess since there's no path here, I needed to interact with the save point, and it triggered like a cutscene, I suppose. But the
Yeah.
cutscene just didn't play properly with the emulator.
I feel confusion. What?
That's part of the experience, don't worry.
Yeah, it's Silent Hill. Yeah, I feel confusion. Yeah, sure. Fair enough.
Oh, by the
What
way,
are the lore implications?
I have to give you credit, even though like you're as big of a scaredy cat like I am, you still play those games.
Yeah.
Like I could not. I actually have my deepest respect for that because I can't. Like I
And the
literally can't.
cutscene if you want to watch it.
Yeah. If you can, you just look at timestamp. Yeah, that's all right.
Imagine
Something
it's
is
just-
waiting for you, by the way.
It should
Oh
be.
yeah, that's what we were told the letter. The cutscene.
All right.
It's red.
Still has an unusually high beat. Eyes don't open. Getting a
Oh,
pulse.
it's scary.
Just
Are
barely
they talking about the
breathing.
sister?
Why? What is keeping that child alive?
Oh,
They're
that's
talking about
like,
Alessa.
Yeah, the sister, right? And Silent Hill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, was that it?
That was
Oh,
an
that was a really
important cutscene.
that was a really quick cutscene.
Yep.
Yeah, but the red screen took forever to go away. Well, good luck, Mike. Something's
What
waiting
the
there.
fuck?
I need to go to sleep, guys.
Alright,
Good
see ya,
night.
bro.
Night.
Good night.
Just let me pass. Just let me pass.
Will he?
He's turning at. He's turning the. He's cranking something, dude.
But there's
Oh
something.
shit! Is that? I think that was a nurse, right?
Don't question it, dude. Wait, you're going back?
Is that a nurse? That's a nurse, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Hot nurse, by the way.
Yeah. I'm really bad when it comes to like these kind of games like this. I get so stressed out.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Speaking of stressed out, the final chapter of the Dark Anthology is coming out soon, right? From Man of Medan to Little Hope and something else. The next one, I think I saw it on Steam. I think it was like
It's almost like a trailer on YouTube.
That's what you mean.
yeah.
Did it get announced at Gamescom or?
I just saw it on Steam. I think it comes out in
Yeah,
October.
probably dead.
Man, I remember that one game, from the series you played with, the time travel thing. Like, we got spooked by that old witch once.
Yeah,
Holy shit, you screamed and I screamed, I remember that.
I remember
It
like
was so horrible.
and Cheryl was playing
Oh, Cherry was playing
yeah,
it,
Cheryl was, and we were watching it, and then like people were like walking through the woods, and I was like, oh look, this camera angle is like
Yeah.
significant. And then I was like, oh shit, straight away.
That was so horrible.
I
Holy
was
shit.
talking about the camera angle. Oh, it's gonna be a significant camera angle. Then like literally a second later, I got hit by a jump scare.
That's
House of
trailer for it.
Ashes, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only £25.
Yeah.
I think it comes out in like, is it next month or 1 month after? Or something?
October 22nd.
It's not bad.
Oof.
Oh, when are we getting new information about FF, by the way?
3
I mean,
weeks.
14. In a
Probably
few weeks, right? Oh.
in 3 weeks or more. Like, they said mid-September.
I don't know why I assumed it's gonna be like 2nd of September or something.
No, yeah, they said mid-September, so I guess 15th and everything like that. What were those even?
Oh. God, then this shit goes all the way down.
All the way down to hell.
I hear a crying kid.
Is it yours or?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I smell a puzzle. Because I just saw some numbers. Yep.
Wait, how did you see the numbers?
It's on the beds.
Yeah,
Oh.
on the end of the beds. I think I saw a 2 and a 0.
Well, there
Okay.
are some numbers in here as well.
Yeah, there's a 2, a 1, a 3, and a 4. Okay.
Well, that's 1.
That's 1,
3.
3. And there's bodies on 7.
You have to go to the other side.
Yeah. 7, 8 has bodies in them.
Zero.
0 has bodies in them.
And
7802 has bodies.
Yeah,
Hello?
but the numpad is weird. It's like 9s and something.
Let me check out the numpad then.
Ah, okay.
7802. Still don't think it's that simple, is it? No, maybe the other way around.
Yeah,
0
could be any order.
0 2
Maybe the mural
7.
like is a position of the beds, and that's the order.
Let me check out the.
I mean, each row had like a specific order.
So where number 2 is here, I would assume is where the 2 bed was. Or am I wrong?
So walk me through that. How'd you get to that?
I'm assuming like each of these squares refers to a bed, right?
Okay, so it's 4
So
by
the
3,
bed,
right?
yeah. So the bed on the far right top corner, is where the bed with a body in that has the number 2 on it.
Right.
Can you check?
Okay, so there's the grid's 4 by 3, right? So
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
okay. So so this is the order of it, right? So the
Yeah.
first number is the bottom.
The bottom right.
Is it this one? Yeah, this is the
Yes.
0.
0.
That's the first one.
So it should be 062.
No, 02, right? Is
Yeah,
it,
02. 0287, I think.
02.
Oh, miss, I see you're practicing caster, so you can do
87.
UCOP with us.
0287. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you need a caster or?
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Actually, no one wants to play it.
Or a healer,
02.
and then I can play caster.
Wait, I can go healer as well.
Yeah, but we need a caster, not a ranged.
Oh wait! Wow. Wow.
Yeah, but you could go ranged, and Miss could go caster, and then I go healer, and then we don't clear.
I don't know caster well enough.
Oh, what is that?
Red Mage Brew. Something.
Cremated key.
You literally told me to go healer and UCOP because it's easy, and now your excuse for Red Mage is saying, I don't know caster well enough.
I mean,
But
I have
is-
no idea about anything
But
caster.
isn't it like when you say healer, it's not scholar though, right? Because Cheryl was going scholar, right?
Yeah, Cherry would go slow. I mean, I would play it, but then proc takes long.
Not gonna
Well,
lie,
I
I
don't-
wanna grief some group on T.
Only if you're bad.
Actually, I don't know if it would be too bad, because I would probably play more careful, and then...
I mean, the thing is, if you're Astro, then your damage doesn't really matter because you can put a lot of that burden on your party members.
And give cards to me.
Cremated
don't
key. Where would I use it?
What did you get?
I got a cremated key. So I think what ended up happening, I think I got a tad lucky. I think because I think you're supposed to explore, then go like see where the locked door is, and then do that puzzle. But now I just have the key without having any idea where the door is. So I think I just have to tag a lot of this, unless there's like an obvious solution where a cremated key will go, like a what do you call that place in the hospital where they put dead people? A morgue.
A morgue? But
Graveyard.
Yeah.
More.
I was looking for it, but I didn't see it.
I don't see a morgue either. I'm just gonna tag every single door.
Could be in like examine rooms, I guess.
Motherfucker.
Save point.
Can
Is
No
I...
cutscene, no cutscene, please. Actual save point, please. Thank you.
Oh, it's so weird that the other save point was like a trigger for a cutscene.
Yeah.
Just realized.
Well, the seal was different, wasn't it?
Maybe.
No, was it?
Yeah, the seal was completely different.
Yeah, patient in 312. Okay.
Extra caution.
Religious freedom.
Room 312?
That's 512, right?
512. Ah, I see.
Oh,
yeah.
that's S12, I think. Yeah.
But it's X. That part of the hospital is X'd off though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna tag every single room and see where I get to. Visiting room.
I mean, it has to be in like a hospital room, like, right? Like an exam room or... Because the person was dead. Or maybe logic in this game doesn't apply.
I mean, he had to combine bleach and some other shit earlier.
Bleach and detergent somehow, and then it made
Yeah.
like some noxious gas.
Nice.
Okay. Nope. Nope. These are the toilets, cafeteria. Nope. Oh, he's got a pistol. Oh shit! To the kitchens.
How did you survive getting
Staff got
shot?
cremated.
Ow.
Drugs.
Doesn't really look like a kitchen.
Am I
Well,
looking at something?
maybe not your kitchen.
Oh, there's something inside there.
Oh, it's the day room.
What does day room even mean?
Ow. Ow. Ow.
I assume it's a room that patients go.
Day room is the room that you are only allowed to be in during the day.
Wait, these don't even look like doors anymore.
Well, you should heal up either ways.
Nah, I've used
What is happening?
Fuck off, dude. Holy shit.
A day room is a room in a hospital where patients can go during the day to watch television, read or talk.
Only those three things, or
Well, what else are they going to do? It's not like they're going to cure themselves
oh
in there.
god.
play cards? Board games?
Sleep?
Yeah, where's my...
I think you would sleep in your room, not in the...
I mean, that depends if they have a couch or not.
Yeah. Mike is done with their shit.
I don't think that did anything.
It's getting angry. Jesus. Oh god.
You don't die.
Is the sound okay for anyone
Yeah, the
else?
sound just bugged out on Discord.
Okay. I thought it was mine.
It is. Minus.
So is this an area you couldn't get to before? Because of the cremated key, or
Yeah, I couldn't get her before.
okay?
Okay.
Oh, this might be the room. This is kinda ironic. It's a religious guy, and the room's name is C4.
One characteristic mentioned only in rare documents and dying out in modern gate. Is that sacrifice? Okay. So I guess. Oh, there is an item here. Is that an item?
You're talking about the knife?
This thing here, is that not an item? I guess not. I still have like a perfume. I literally don't know. Equip. I can equip it. What?
It's probably a weapon.
Maybe I'm not supposed to be here yet. Maybe I still have all the other floors and all the other doors. So maybe I'm supposed to get like key items from there. And the cremated key was just one of them. Yeah, on that note, I'm gonna save it there. I'm gonna take a break.
Alright.
Nice. BRB need a dump.
Let us watch. What?
Yeah, keep the mic.